Sex has never been an obsession with me. It's just like eating a bag of crisps. Quite nice, but nothing marvellous. Boy George. Potatoes, corns and sunflowers thereupon. This is the tasty modern escapism. Hello, my name is Oodles, and if I was a crisp flavour, I'd be olive oil. Nobody chooses it, but simply accepts its existence. Joining me on this crunchy episode is the very ribbon saucy candy machine.
Oh, hello.
The stocky and bovine beef and onion, it's Stig.
Oh, yes. Hello.
Familiar, but with a herby kick, cheese and chives, it's Gadget.
I'm less than familiar, how dare you?
And the sharp kick to the taste buds, bulbous, acidic, and with many layers, pickled onion, it's Biggie.
Fuck's sake.
Welcome to the show. It's going to be a great episode this week. But before we get into the nitty-gritty, Stig, sell it.
If you like what we do, you can go to patreon.com. Wow. Selling it, baby. Yeah, you can go to patreon.com /modern escapism. And on there, you'll find the 3 tiers we do. First up is Modern Escapees, £5 a month. That gets you an extended edition of this episode every month, as well as at least one monthly special and any other specials that we do. You also have the ability to suggest topics for us to do. So if you have an idea, send it to us, because we will get onto that at some point.
At some point. Just ignore it.
Yep. We also do a Dungeons & Dragons play podcast called Do Dragons Dream of Scorched Sheep? And for £5 a month, the Scorched Sheep tier will get you ad-free early access of the episode, as well as original artwork from Candy, any battle maps and character sheets Gadget puts together for the show, and any original music and anything else that we put together. And you'll also be able to suggest NPCs and items for Gadget to use. And £7.50, the Biggie Bundle, that gets you everything.
And if you keep giving us money for Scorched Sheep, you can suggest things for me to say in Orapan's voice to Stig to make him feel uncomfortable.
Oh, yes, excellent. Thank you very much. Now, let's get on to the Nexus. What have we been doing these past 4 days? Because a peek behind the curtain, this is very early for us recording. It's midweek. And this could be quite a small nexus depending on what we've been doing. So I want to start with the man who I know's probably done the least, Biggie.
Spot on. So, yes, I have literally purchased Sifu. The new, or newish, beat 'em up, action beat 'em up that was released by the French studio Slow Clap. But I have literally only watched the intro and the credits as well.
They're good?
So, brilliant. Really, the intro's bang on. A lot of people saying to keep that a secret. Don't tell anybody what happens.
Best intro really cool. Ever made.
And the credits, opening credits are really cool as well. But again, I'll leave that as a reveal for people who get around to playing it. I think the only person I know that's got it is Supernaticat, who says it's fucking difficult.
Yeah, she was bashing her head against a brick wall with it for a couple of weeks, I think.
Oh, she's a good gamer as well.
So, yeah, I'll probably talk about that more in next week's pod. But the one thing I do want to talk about, because it's down to Stiggy for this one, was that he mentioned Dead Man's Shoes the other pod. I can't remember what it came up as. Is there a reason why he mentioned it? I've forgotten off the top of my head.
We're talking about British films.
That's it, yeah. So, fantastic. Do you know what? I watched it originally, but I just don't remember anything about it. So, somehow managed to completely enjoy it all over again, including the twist. Such a great choice of a movie. Had I watched it before that pod, I would have probably selected it myself. It was so good. Really brutal. Really sad, and very funny as well. There's a lot of comedy which I completely forgot was in that.
Yeah, dark black humor.
Yeah,
a lot of times, isn't there? Yeah.
But yeah, hats off to Toby Kebbell, who played the brother, and Gary Stretch, who I believe is an ex-boxer. Is that right?
don't
He
know,
was really
sorry.
good. Really, really good. But of course, all the credit goes to Paddy. He was amazing in that. Just
Paddy
incredible.
Considine is. He tends to usually be good, doesn't he? In whatever he puts his heart into,
Yeah.
because he has done some roles where he doesn't want to be there, clearly. But yeah,
it was awesome. Just carried that movie. And all the supporting cast were very good for what they needed for. But yeah, he was just incredible in that. But really, really enjoyed it. And my wife watched it with me as well, and she was blown away by it as well. So yeah, and that is it. That is all I have had time to do this week.
and that's it for the show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Try her with dude. This is England next.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
another Shane Meadows, isn't it?
Yeah, I haven't seen any of that actually. When that came out, I was away. So
A tough watch, but worth it.
I think if you think the Dead Man Shoes is good, then that's the better film for me. I mean, they're both brilliant films, but This Is England is just his best film for me. It's just,
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I mean, I jumped onto Reddit just to get some sort of
No one just simply
viewpoints
jumps
from
onto
people.
Reddit.
after I've watched the
That's
movie.
a conscious decision that you've made.
It is, but I jumped onto it to see what people thought of it as well. Just get a mixture of viewpoints. Then people start recommending other movies, and there's a couple that I want to catch as well at some point. Tyrannosaur, which is directed by Paddy, but apparently it's really brutal and grim.
It is.
And then another one that somebody recommended was The War Zone with
I don't know.
Olivia Colman and Ray Winston. There are a couple of movies, but I think you'll be in the right head frame to watch them because that's apparently really grim as well. So there you go.
Some would say
Really
it's grim in Britain, wouldn't they?
I
These
mean,
British films are
gesturing broadly.
yeah. Look outside.
Up north. It's just
looking out the
south.
window. But so hopefully one of you lot can talk about something a bit more jolly.
Candy, come on, you big goth.
Well, speaking of goth things, did a bit of laundry.
Calm down.
Turned the light off a minute ago. No, I went to see Batman on Monday, and
You set
I
Stig off
completely agree
already.
with Stig. Summed it up perfectly. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. For me, it wasn't quite as good as The Dark Knight. But for the Dark Knight for me isn't just the best Batman film. And I've said it before, it's one of my favorite films. So I would have been surprised had it been better. But yeah, no, I think I agree with what you said. Robert Pattinson is very good, but he's outshone by his co-stars. I thought Colin Farrell as the Penguin was so much better than I thought. I thought he was going to be good. He's so much better. He looks so mean and so like tough and gross. And
then when he puts his prosthetics on, it's even worse.
Yeah, exactly. Well, do you know what? It's funny, isn't it? Because digital film is so much clearer now, and it makes it really obvious when people are wearing prosthetics or some dodgy makeup, and you just would not tell. Like, you just can't tell it's a fat suit or anything.
No, but imagine if that was a man in real life. It's grotesque.
Yeah.
I think makeup artists are getting better with it, especially when you get these high production budget ones, like Stellan Skarsgård in Dune. Like you know it's a man in a fat suit, but they've done the makeup so well.
You couldn't see the lines. You couldn't see where his face began.
Yeah.
Well, they have to because it's so clear, isn't it?
Yeah.
With even, obviously, a lot of women like to look nice on camera as best as they can, but male and female actors have to be careful now because the 4K definition shows everything,
And coincidentally, a really good example of that, I think one of the first films I saw in 4K was The Dark Knight, and I just seen it on. So I've seen it in the cinema. I've seen it on regular DVD.
Mine as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
But it was really noticeable, I thought, with Joker's makeup. Like, just on the regular screen, it looked fine. And then I thought with 4K, it looked almost blue. And that's obviously the way they kind of cancelled out the yellow light, possibly. But yeah, I thought that was quite an interesting coincidence. But yeah, like you said about the music as well, so good. And I just love that it really did feel like an old kind of detective film. It was such a different style from previous Batmans, but it absolutely it had to be. there's no way they could compete really to the Batmans that come out. I'm still not sure that they've ever completely nailed Batman. And I was trying to think of somebody like an actor that would both be a good Bruce Wayne and Batman. And
Kevin Conroy.
Conroy, yeah. But the cartoons, you have an advantage with cartoons, don't you? Really?
Yeah.
I think Michael Keaton came pretty close to it.
Michael Keaton's probably my favorite Bruce Wayne. No, Adam West is the worst. I think Michael Keaton's my favorite Bruce Wayne, and I think Christian Bale's my favorite Batman.
I still struggle with the Bat voice though with Christian Bale.
Yeah.
This isn't a car.
Yeah.
Especially when he does it when he doesn't need to. And Catwoman, that was really funny.
I heard someone.
Yeah, when he talks to Alfred. Alfred.
About Alfred, who's that?
It's Batman.
Yeah, I'd seen something that I thought was quite spot on that said that the difference between this and The Dark Knight is The Dark Knight isn't just about Batman. It feels very much like it's a Joker film as well.
Yes.
Even more so at times. Whereas this is just a Batman film. He is in Batman mode for probably about 80% of the film. You don't really see a lot of him as Bruce. I don't think he's found that.
There's maybe 3 scenes
yet.
possibly.
Yeah.
I do also like Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne, but I hate his Batman. So
The thing is, I think with him, they just made him a brute, didn't they?
Yeah, I think Ben Affleck's middle-aged Bruce Wayne absolutely nailed it. But
I think physically he looked good, but I think his Batman, his
Batman was crap.
It was just so dull, wasn't it? That's the trouble. Like he potentially could be good, but I don't know. I'm a bit hit or miss with Affleck anyway. I think he's quite intelligent as a person, but is he a great actor? I'm not really sure.
Yeah, he's just a pretty bloke, isn't he?
Yeah.
My problem is I grew up with the Adam West one, and
yeah, he was
I used to love that as a kid.
No, Adam West is fun,
I used to love that as a kid.
I love that.
It was just it's ridiculously camp and over the top, and Adam West is brilliant.
Batman dance anymore?
Yeah.
Propelling bat spray.
Holy hole in the donuts, Batman.
Everything about that show is so campy and fun. Like the Joker is just brilliant. I was actually
I do like Cesar Romero as the Joker.
I sat and watched a 10-minute clip of him
with his
the other
mustache.
day. And he's just laughing all the time. Whatever he says, he just runs around just laughing constantly.
and of course, Eartha Kitt as Catwoman.
Oh, now you're talking. Now you're talking.
The definitive Catwoman. Don't care. Anne Hathaway couldn't do it as well as Eartha Kitt could.
The best Catwoman is Halle Berry. We all know this. I'm joking. I'm joking.
And in your comic books, boy.
The basketball scene was incredible.
I just noticed they're talking about a spin-off TV series I saw today.
The Penguin, yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
And was it an Arkham one, or is that the one that's been cancelled? Because I thought they were doing like a horror series about Arkham.
I just want them to take DC off the CW. That's what I want.
They've cancelled a show which was meant to be about the police department and given the Penguin a mini-series.
Wasn't that kind of just Gotham anyway, though?
We did Gotham, but it fell off a cliff.
Gotham's first 3 series were great, and after that, it
really
went to
good.
Shit.
Yeah, really good. The guy from the OC as Gordon was fantastic, but then it just plummeted really fast.
It's because they let Bruce Wayne grow up, and he was just not interesting.
Yeah, that little kid. Yeah, I'm gonna avenge my mom and dad.
Well, Sean Pertwee as Alfred was great. I liked him as Alfred.
Oh God, yeah.
Wait, he was Alfred in the Batfleck one, was he?
No, that was Jeremy Irons.
Oh yeah, of course.
What did you think of Paul Dano's Riddler then?
Oh, I thought he was really good. I think there was maybe a little bit of overacting in some areas.
That's Paul Dano. That's him in general.
That was literally it.
He was doing a lot.
He does it in everything.
There was one moment where there was audible laughter in the cinema, which wasn't really a highlight. But no, I thought I can understand what he was going for. Didn't quite hit the mark. But no, he was like, other than that, perfect, really good, really sort of haunting. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it.
There's rumours that Paul Dano might be playing Buffalo Bill in the Silence of the Lambs remake, which would be incredible.
Yeah. Oh, I can see that. Who would
they just need a Lecter. They just need a Lecter.
Again, do we need a remake?
Yes.
I love the idea of Paul Dano just kind of plotting out his career in acting. He's going, so what kind of roles do you want? Well, I don't want to be typecast, but I do like playing psychopaths.
Yeah. Yeah, but
that I can make these weird.
Would you fuck me? I'd fuck
noises.
me.
Maybe he can play Prince Andrew in The Crown.
Oh my God! We don't talk politics.
I found 3 things out about the Batman. Getting back on track this week. Since that, I think I posted these in our Discord as well. The car scene when he jumps through the flames that you see in the trailer, that was practical, all done practical.
Fuck.
The other part you see in the trailer, where he's walking down the hallway getting shot at. That's practical. So all that lighting is done by muzzle gunshot effects.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So none of it is like CGI or fake lighting. It's all lit by the gun muzzles. And also that there is no post-credit scene, but there is a little flash right at the end of a website.
With a website,
you can go to that has a little cryptic message on there.
Yeah.
Which I thought was quite cool. I knew there was no post-credits, so I didn't stick around. But then I found out about
Did you Google it?
No, I saw it on TikTok.
I did wait around and I was disappointed. And then I've forgotten to go to the site as well. So
he's come a long way as old,
aren't we? Like to sit around and wait for him now. Like
he's come a long way as a Cedric Diggory, hasn't he? He's come a long way.
Oh yes,
he's good.
He's
I like
really
him.
good.
From being the spare to being the Batman.
I just like watching him in films. He's got one of those classic like 50s, 60s like film star faces.
Do you know what? I think he's really growing into himself as well. And that sounds like a weird thing to say, but actually he looked a lot more like a grizzled Batman than I was expecting.
He just looks like a gentleman, doesn't he? And I like that about him. I don't know what it is, but he can also play unhinged, and he can rock the fuck out of a mustache.
And all these things he's dropping in interviews saying, "Oh, I'd love to be in Dune Part 2." He's clearly already been cast. Just tell me who he's playing. I want to find out.
I've got an idea who it is, but I won't spoil it.
I think he's really come out of his shell the last few years as well, because post Twilight, he seemed very shut off in his interviews and that. It almost like he was like, I can't be bothered with this because Twilight was so big, and he seemed to kind of go off the limelight, didn't he? Now he did a lot of like small indie films and that.
Both, you see all the him and Kristen Stewart did that.
Yeah, you see him doing like the Batman now is obviously a huge blockbuster film, but then all these interviews you see him in, he just seems proper funny.
He's just there in like a jumper as well, isn't he? He's not like wearing a Gucci like suit. He's just chilled. There was that thing the other day about him on Twitter where he went to visit his mum and dad and he just stayed in his old bedroom and stuff. It's like that's nice. You know what I mean? I like him. I like him.
Yeah. Me too. 10 out of 10. I also finished Pam Tommy. Pam Tommy was the last episode yesterday. And that was good. I thought it could have done with probably not being quite as long. I think maybe 4 episodes would have sufficed. I didn't realize that it was literally just going to be about the sex tape. I thought there'd be kind of more about the surrounding parts of their life and everything.
Mm-hmm.
There are aspects, especially like the spousal abuse, which was obviously huge and all over the news at the time. Tommy Lee actually got sent to prison for it.
He did, didn't he? He did like 6 months or something.
Yeah, but it was just a little sort of snippet during the credits, like a sort of "where are they now" kind of thing, and it just wasn't really touched on. But I thought it did.
He hit her, didn't he? He hit her a few times
with a slipper, apparently.
Yeah, with a fist.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Plus, anyway, you can imagine what his slippers look like. They're probably new rocks.
Oh God! Oh God! No, she wouldn't have survived that. But yeah, we can joke, but it was disgusting. And again, it's a case of celebrities getting away with anything, and especially back then.
Well, people are quick to forget that about Tommy Lee as well, and they're quicker to forget about Vince Neil having killed somebody drunk driving. Not once, but
Raz.
Twice.
He killed Raz, didn't he?
Yeah.
Raz was the passenger, and bang, dead.
Yeah, and then he got caught doing it again about within the last 5 years, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe shouldn't be glamorized. Well, I mean, maybe that's why that wasn't covered. Maybe they didn't actually want to glamorize that part of it.
No.
But it was interesting how they did cover the sex tape, because I didn't realize how they kind of settled it in the end, which is that they gave it away to this website for nothing, even after the website demanded, tried to get money.
Yeah, they didn't actually sell it. They didn't make any money from it.
Yeah, because
unlike Kim Kardashian.
Well, it depends how accurate it was, because Pamela was like, I've just washed my hands of it. If the site can kind of contain it and put it behind the firewall, I don't want to sell myself.
I do like how it covered the fact that Barbed Wire was one of the worst critical films ever made.
That was a terrible film.
Oh God! And she did a show after it of it, didn't she? For a bit.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't realise.
Yeah, a little spin-off. It didn't last.
I think didn't she went back the comic book off. Like, yeah, the film was so bad it killed the comic book.
It did, and then she went back to Baywatch for a few seasons. And then she did like Scary Movie and stuff like that. And
wasn't the opening credits of Barbed Wire a bit weird or okay or something? But the rest
everything was bad of Barbed Wire. Nothing was good in it.
I remember something.
We should so watch that for a Patreon special and just talk.
I've got it on DVD, me.
It is genuinely one of the most dreadful films I've ever seen.
It's horrendous. It's horrendous. Ugh.
Oh, what else was I going to say? Nope, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah,
I'll save the rest.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the Rand Boltier stuff as well, because like he's now one of the sole like proprietors of growing your own marijuana.
That's right. Yeah,
and
that
he's
was
a billionaire now,
wasn't it? Oh, of course he is.
Yeah.
Actually, I know what I was going to say. Like how Pamela Anderson actually feels about this series coming out. Because there was some it came out that she was really unhappy. She didn't want the series coming out at all. And then it actually, what was said was by Courtney Love sticking her two penny in, as Courtney Love sticks. Yeah. So actually, I don't know how Pamela Anderson. I don't think she's come out and say how she feels about the series being made. I think it was made with Tommy Lee's blessing, but then that perfectly sums up the whole thing, doesn't it? You know, the sex tape was fine with Tommy Lee because who wouldn't want to be known for having a gigantic dong?
Yeah, the man that wrote the song Monster Hog.
I mean, they even say that, they show that in the trailer, don't they? He's like, he says, "Oh, I'm on the tape too," and she's like, "Yeah, not like me though."
Yeah,
yeah,
not in a compromising
exactly
position like that. Yeah, he steers a boat with his dick. She doesn't.
Yeah, and he's going around getting high fives, which is exactly what would have happened.
Doing a documentary about the whole experience.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
By all accounts, so Pamela Anderson is a nice, really good. But she's like an ambassador for loads of charities and stuff like that. She's like really homely.
She's an activist for PETA.
Yeah, she's an activist.
No, that's not a positive thing.
Why not?
Because I don't want to get into the podcast, but PETA are a load of baddies.
Are there?
Just look it up.
Yeah,
right. I thought they were goodies.
I did too, actually.
No. I'll tell you off air.
Okay.
Ooh, spicy.
No, just sad.
Oh no! Oh God! Let's swiftly move on then. If that's all you've done, Candy.
That's all I've done. I tried to stretch it out by talking slowly.
Stig, what have you been doing? You gone see Batman again?
Nope. I've done less than Biggie.
No way.
Yep. Been bloody decorating and building furniture, haven't I? So
talk us through it.
Time to do anything. But I've done something which is media related, so we can talk about this. A new album I've listened to. Yeah, the only thing I've done this week, literally, other than listening to regular podcasts and stuff, is I listened to Sea Power's new album. It's called Everything. Yeah, it's called Everything Was Forever.
Is this formerly British Sea Power?
Yeah, the former British Sea Power.
Yeah.
I've been listening to that this week, and it's really good. I think it's probably up there with some of their best work. It is. It's just got that typical Sea Power sound to it. If you've listened to them before, not their albums are kind of a mixture of different sounds. They're an indie rock band, so but the songs just mix. They kind of mix between upbeat songs to really melancholic ones. I really love those ones and things like that. There is a song on there called it's called, I can't remember what the song's called, but it actually uses the music from Whirling in Rags from Disco Elysium. So they've taken that music that they've done for Disco Elysium and put lyrics to it. So I've sat there listening to the album, and this song starts, and weirdly enough, when the song starts, it actually sounds like a Michael Jackson song to start with. I was like,
don't you ever come around here.
Would it happen to be Fire Escape in the Sea?
Yes.
And you know what? I will just stick in a quick clip of this for
We're
everyone
gonna get
to have a listen
sued.
There.
Oh.
Just like the beginning. Yeah. I just thought at the beginning, I was like, oh, that sounds very like different, and then it kicked into this, and that made me smile even more.
It was. I see what you say about the Michael Jackson thing. It went Billie Jean for a second there, didn't it?
Yeah, the beat at the beginning. Yeah, and yeah, because every time I hear the music from that game, I just
turn it off before we get sued.
It just washes over me. I get goosebumps. I smile. I love that game. I love the music and everything.
Did you look at your Switch after listening to it, thinking, I could play this?
Oh, I wish I was sat in work listening to it. So, yeah, I just kind of really like that fact that they've obviously taken that song. I don't know whether that song was around before they did the Disco Elysium soundtrack, or whether they thought, actually, this is a really good tune.
I think it was written for Disco Elysium. It's because most of the songs on the Disco Elysium soundtrack were were Sea Power songs.
Yeah,
but they did. I think it was about 5 or 6 that they wrote specially for it.
I think that was one of them
as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's lovely.
There is a few songs from theirs that they adapted and took from their back catalogue and made it.
Yeah.
To put it.
Didn't you think they were playing that game though when you first exit the bar and that famous tune comes in? Yeah, it's lovely. But then you go back in, you come back out. You go somewhere else, come back in. It started to kind of drain on me a little bit.
Not one bit.
Never once, and I'll sit and listen to it. I even listened to it on the way home today after listening to this album.
I do really like it, but
I loved it.
You should probably stop going in and out the door.
That's my problem.
He just keeps popping out for a smoke. That's what happens. It's not like a smoke in the bar.
Yeah, I respect the law.
But the album's just full of different styles. You'll hear other kind of artists in there, Echo and the Bunnymen and Pink Floyd in some of their songs. Like there's some very Dark Side of the Moon-esque music in there, and one of the songs, Fear Eats the Soul, it's very Bond-esque. You could sit and listen to that and go, with a bit of tweaking, little bit of tweaking here and there with some of the tempo, this could be one of those slow Bond.
Yeah, Bond intros.
And even with a title like Fear Eats the Soul, that could be very Bond-esque.
Yeah.
Fear eats the soul.
It's just really good. And yeah, I've listened to Sea Power on and off over the years. I've seen them live before. It's absolutely incredible band to see live, especially where I saw them. It was like this small little venue in York, just proper. Hardly anyone there, do you know what I mean? Because it was such a tiny event, but it was amazing. And yeah, the triptych like Folly, Green Goddess, and Lake Echoes is it's just a real great finale to the album. It just kind of brings the album to a close so well, and there's like all this harmonies, like the woman in the band like singing in the background and stuff. It's just really beautiful. And I love Scott Wilkinson's vocals. He's very like best way. I don't know the best way to describe it. It's maybe like he whispers.
Yeah, he doesn't bellow, does he? He's subtle. There's a subtlety to his voice that's really nice.
Yeah,
there's a wonderful etherealness to the band. I think his voice suits it perfectly.
Yes, yeah, that's a perfect way to describe it. But yeah, if you listen to something like Fear of Drowning, like just listen to the way he sings that, I love his voice. But yeah, that is literally what I've done this week. Is I've listened to their new album, and I will continue to listen to it, and it gets me going back and listening to their other stuff as well.
Excellent,
great band.
Excellent, mate, excellent. I'm going to move on to me now. I've done 2 major things. Major, that sounds aggressive. The first one, I've been playing a game that's not Elden Ring because I have completely finished that game.
Yeah, I've platinumed it.
I haven't platinumed it, but I have to do 5 more runs to platinum it.
Then you haven't finished it.
But I've beat every boss. I've been playing Triangle Strategy. Now, I've been obsessed with this since the demo initially came out. I think we did a direct, didn't we, when we first saw it? Did we do a talk over?
Yeah, we did the talk.
And I was screaming at the screen.
You were.
Because it's like that 2D HD art thing that made famous with Octopath Traveler. God, they don't know how to name games, do they?
They tend to they give it a kind of working title, which was like, Octopath Traveler, because you're traveling with 8 people across 8 paths, or Triangle Strategy. It's a 3-way strategy game. Fine, and then they just go Yeah, it's fine. We'll stick with
leave it, lads, leave it.
It's because fans have got keep the name. People,
you know what? I think you're probably right. That's exactly what's probably happening. But yeah, it's by Square Enix. Basically, it's a grid-based strategy role-playing game. So it's as boring as you might think to people that are not into that genre.
It's also weeby as fuck.
It is very weeby. Everyone's gorgeous. Everyone's androgynous.
Pink-haired girls, you know.
Yeah,
people from a certain land. They're known for their pink hair.
Exactly. But this is cut above the rest in terms of story. So I've played 8 hours of it, and I have had 3 battles on it. So the game is
long cutscenes.
It's part digital novel in a way. Without the digital novel, you're just looking at a blank page. Things are actually happening on screen, and it's all voice acted. It's basically Game of Thrones. So you play as Serenoa Wolfort. That's a boy. I thought Serenoa was kind of a girl's name, but it's whatever it wants to be, isn't it? But yeah, you play as him. Stunning young man, as always. He'd just become an adult. He's the new lord of his House Wolfort. And basically, the plot is 3 kingdoms are at a very tumultuous peacetime. We all know what that feels like. So one of the kingdoms holds all the iron and all the smelting. One of the kingdoms holds, some reason, all the salt, because apparently that's a precious commodity. And the kingdom where Serenoa lives, they have fresh water, but they're also mainly the mediators between the other 2 kingdoms. So that's your triangle, basically, the 3 kingdoms. And it's the political intrigue is just incredible. It's a very political game. Like these characters that remind you of like Littlefinger from Game of Thrones, and you're like, I see him coming a mile off. And it's just really good. If you're not into rich dialogue and stuff like that. Now, let me just give you a tip. Don't listen to the English dialogue.
I'll play the demo.
Fucking horrendous.
I've played the demo. The English dub is terrible.
Yeah, the Japanese audio, it gets the cadence right and the emotion a lot better, and the characters actually suit the voices, rather than everyone on this just sounding like, "Let's go, ye lord." You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they all sound like Americans doing English voices, but also trying to sound like teenagers at the same time.
Yeah. It's just really good. If you like Game of Thrones and you feel like, oh, I want to kind of play a game that's like that, it's like that when it comes to story. But the gameplay is literally chess. It's chess, isn't it, Gadget?
Yeah,
and in the most fundamental ways. With it's chess with a rock paper scissors style gameplay to it, and each battle is a bit of a puzzle.
Yeah, for me, it's probably the best tiny tactics game since Final Fantasy Tactics.
By a country, I've played it this much now, and like I say, I've only had 3 story battles, but you can play like leveling up battles. You know what I mean? Little practice battles as much as you want, and I think it's better than Final Fantasy Tactics when it comes to the combat.
Ooh.
Yeah, it does some fucking crazy shit. It does some really clever stuff, like where if you put your character next to a tile, next to a baddie, and when your other character is behind that baddie, you attack it. Your other character will attack it as well. You do a pincer attack. So
you get some free hits in.
Yeah, and it does things where, like on Final Fantasy Tactics, if you got a back attack on somebody, you could get a critical. On this, you are definitely going to get a critical hit. So, because I'm playing on hard, because I always play tactical games on hard, because I'm a pro gamer, and it makes them last longer. The baddies will like position themselves so you can't get to the back, but also the AI will also try to like pull your characters away. Like a lot of the battles are stalemates. No one wants to push forward, and no one wants to push the other team back. And it's just like, obviously Final Fantasy Tactics is from like 1997. Do you know what I mean? 1998 maybe. This is 2022. And the AI is just so smart. It reminds me of XCOM 2 when you're really playing on difficult, an high difficulty. It's not. There's no dice rolls on this. If your attack is 16, you're going to hit for 16, unless you put some kind of special on it. But you've just got to think about, like, should I put my tank in front? He could die, and on this is no permadeath at all. So he'll just come back after the battle. is it worth sacrificing my tank? So then once the tank's took all the brunt and he's knocked a few HPs down, everyone else can gather. It's just really fucking good. And there is a free demo.
Sounds like Scorched sheep.
Do you know what? There's characters in this that if I didn't know, I'd say Gadget developed this game. Because there are some characters in this I'm like, I know him. I know him from Scorched sheep.
I'm just looking at how long to beat, and it looks like it's a chunky game regardless. Just doing a mainline noodles on the main story, just rushing through it, is 27 hours.
Yeah, I'm not rushing. I'm not rushing through this. I've not skipped a single bit of dialogue because I really enjoy it. But I can imagine, you can just skip past it. You can skip all the cutscenes. You can just rush through it. And luckily, you can slap it on very, very easy or story, where you will one hit everybody and stuff like that. It's just really good. The leveling system's not arbitrary like on Final Fantasy Tactics. You didn't know what you were going to turn into when you leveled up. On this, you can see the path perfectly. Each character is a specific role. There's no job chasing. So, and even in the first hour, you get like 12 people to choose from, and you can only take like 6 in. So you've really got to swap and change. I just think it's fantastic, and I can't see this dropping off at all. I think it's just going to be perfect till the end. Unless it does some kind of fucking Final Fantasy thing where you fight God at the end. I don't want to fight God at the end.
You've killed enough gods for 1 week.
Yeah, I like there's no monsters in this. It's just humans on humans. It seems good so far. Unless monsters turn up. But yeah, it's really good. I mean, the whole game is it centers around the fact that one of the kingdoms has invented dynamite. Like, ooh. Do you get what I mean? That's the new. They even named it. It's the new power. But yeah, it's really good. The other thing, the main thing I've been doing. Bear with me. So I've been on a medical trial.
Oh
God, I'm worried about where this is going.
Yeah, for a company called Interlife Research. It's a cholesterol drug.
It's boring.
Yeah. I researched this the other week.
This is your main thing.
This is my main thing. Yeah. I've been doing this for a few
mainlining
now.
Cholesterol.
I get paid one. Yeah, mainlining cholesterol. This sounds stupid, but I've not done much in 4 days, so I just want to talk about it. I get paid £100 a week for this, which is nice. It's only a 5-week thing, so I'm nearly done. So basically, cholesterol levels for someone my age should be less than 130 milligrams per deciliter. So I did a test, did a little pinprick blood test. I have the cholesterol of an 18-year-old female, 150 milligrams per deciliter. So I was on the scale of, because obviously this trial wanted bits of both, doesn't it? People with high, people with low, people with medium, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, basically I'm a walking, talking experiment, guys.
Well, we've known that for years.
I was going to say
I've had no side effects from this, and I'm just getting money, and I think I could do this full time. Like the other week,
something where you grow a horn or like a boob on the side of your neck.
Gadget said to me the other week, "I'm more and more like Dave Lister the more I speak." I think I am.
Yeah, you are.
I'm a smeghead, aren't I? Smeghead. And it's just interesting. I've been writing diaries about like what I'm feeling and stuff like that, and I don't know. I just feel exactly the same. I wonder if I've got the placebo one, because I know they send placebos on these trials, don't they?
Well, they do. Yeah.
Usually.
Do you think I'm just having vitamins?
maybe you're actively
M&Ms.
being made healthier.
Maybe. Like they even put on stuff. Are you taking medication? I'm like, yeah, I'm taking ADHD medication, quite fucking strong, but that's fine. That's fine. It's because it's not a blood thinner or anything like that. And it's good. I want them to start saying stuff like, we're going to send you some high-grade fucking heroin. Try that for 5 weeks.
Yeah. They're going to send you fucking high-grade heroin. You, of all people, with your storied history of illicit substances. Yeah, we're just doing a trial of this drug that we know quite a lot about. Let's see how it affects you.
We're going to send this high-class wet nurse in for you, and we're going to see if people need this at an adult age. I don't know, some kind of crazy. I'm on the register now.
Nurse.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it.
Do you live in?
I saw it the other day on TikTok. People are being wet nurses again. It's back in fashion.
Ugh.
For adults.
Yeah, for adults. It's a fetish.
Pity.
Yeah. And I was just thinking, like, now I'm on their books and stuff like that, and I've completed this trial. What next? Do you think I'm going to become the next mutant?
You are
Fingers
the next
crossed.
mutant.
What if I grow like adamantium claws or something? I'm fucking buzzing, me.
That's your new part of the Nexus. Not the Nexus, our Patreon. Not Crypto Kenny. Mutant Kenny.
Chemical Kenny.
Chemical Kenny.
It's just I didn't have much to discuss
this week.
Yeah, I didn't have much to discuss in this next
You
week.
could have talked about this the other fucking night. That was what that was for.
No, but I suppose, I suppose I could have done, but yeah, it's coming to an end, and I can't. What if I get withdrawals from cholesterol medication?
Just start chugging eggs.
Yeah, I need eggs.
Cream eggs.
Cream eggs.
Yeah, cream eggs only.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I just found it.
So
I thought it'd be interesting to bring up in the Nexus that this is how my mind works. I'm just a fucking idiot.
Well, at least you admit it.
I don't deserve this shell, do I?
No.
Somebody much more willing could take this and do good with it. But yeah, that's been it's been my 4 days. Well, it's not been my 4 weeks really.
I love the fact that you're taking cholesterol next thing you think you're going to be fucking Professor X.
Did you actually say that, Biggie, or am I reading your mind? Feels like I'm reading your mind. But yeah, that's what I've been doing, guys. So let me know if you guys, any of the listeners, have taken anything for trials. I'm up for it. Put anything in me. Like I said, I'll try out twice.
That's what he says when he goes down to Amsterdam.
Yeah, I'm up for it.
Put anything in me.
I'm good to go. Gadget, you been doing anything interesting?
Yes, not taking random pills. My God, man. But actually, it is slightly medical related because I've been watching The Dropout on Disney Plus.
Oh yeah.
So The Dropout is based on a very popular ABC podcast that came out a couple of years ago. It tells the story of Elizabeth Holmes and Theranos. If you aren't aware of who Elizabeth Holmes is and what Theranos is, Elizabeth Holmes was for a period the youngest self-made female billionaire in the world.
Yep.
With a medical company, Theranos. And she's also been found to be one of the greatest scammers to ever exist. So Theranos, I mean, the Theranos, the company she founded, she dropped out of Stanford University at 19. She set up this company because she had this brilliant idea of a piece of kit that can do every blood test you could possibly want with a single drop of blood on a portable device.
That's what I did.
Sounds like magic, doesn't it? Because it didn't fucking work.
Oh, shit.
However, she managed to raise... so I'll just give you a little bit from the Wikipedia on Theranos. Founded in 2003 by then 19-year-old Elizabeth Holmes, Theranos raised more than $700 million from venture capitalists and private investors, resulting in a $10 billion valuation at its peak in 2013-2014. The turning point came in 2015 when medical research professor John Ioannidis and later a few other companies, along with an investigative journalist for the Wall Street Journal, questioned the validity of Theranos' technology. Basically, she took the concept of fake it till you make it and never actually made it. But she was also an incredibly arrogant person, and her idol as a child was Steve Jobs. And when one, I can't remember if it was Forbes or the Wall Street Journal or something, when she was on her kind of upswing, referred to her as the female Steve Jobs, she fucking took that to heart. She was doing photo shoots in the black turtleneck and everything.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Was she neglecting a kid as well?
She didn't have a kid, but she went
Steve
off
Jobs did it in his head.
Oh, yeah, true. She went off the deep end with it. And so she was this, I can't remember whether it was this year or late last year, but she was actually finally found guilty of like massive fraud. She'd taken basically venture capital money and investor money, put it into fancy flashy offices, never actually had a product that worked. Managed to get an agreement with companies like Walgreens and Safeway in America to have these Theranos units in their shops so people could go in, submit a blood test and all that. It didn't do what it was actually supposed to. What was happening is they were taking some blood and then sending it off to an actual lab to do the tests.
Oh, so it was just like a distribution of blood rather than...
Yeah. But the whole marketing thing behind Theranos' project was supposed to be you were supposed to be able to do all these tests with just the pinprick of blood, like the same if you're a diabetic and you had like prick the end of your finger and do the diabetes sugar test.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be like that. You'd just do a prick of blood, and this machine was supposed to be able to do like up to like 200 different tests.
You should have seen me trying to get a prick of blood out of my fingertip. I was screaming. I'm going,
well,
no!
The idea behind it was that her mother was deathly afraid of needles, and so the whole idea was like, if you were to go to the doctor, you could do that. But yeah, massive fraud, massive fraud. So the Dropout is based on the ABC podcast. It's got Amanda Seyfried playing Elizabeth Holmes.
Oh, I love Amanda Seyfried.
Naveen Andrews playing Sunny Balwani, who was like a millionaire kind of best friend / lover / investor kind of person. Mm-hmm. The only other name of so you got Michael Ironsides in it as Don Lucas, who was an investor.
Sam Fisher
himself. Stephen Fry plays one of the primary scientists behind the blood work, Ian Gibbons. Nice. Sam Waterston's in it, Kurtwood Smith, loads of people actually. I think even William H. Macy's in it at one point. Ooh. Yeah, William H. Macy is Richard Fuers. It's really good actually. It's quite strange because the way they tell her story, so it's kind of framed around the depositions that she gave.
Yeah.
And Amanda Seyfried is really, really good as Elizabeth.
She's great,
Holmes.
isn't she? She's just great anyway.
Yeah, but she's managed to get... So Elizabeth Holmes did this weird thing where when she started getting big and more popular, she deepened her voice in interviews.
Oh.
And it sounds really weird, but the whole thing is like she had it in her head, and it might be because she got advice from Larry Ellison, who was the guy who founded Oracle. Also, notorious cunt. But
whoa.
He's a bad person.
There it is, guys.
But he gave her a lot of advice, and I think it came from there. Was basically the idea that she wouldn't be taken seriously as a woman because she sounds like a woman. Shock horror.
For fuck's sake.
So she started in interviews. She started dropping her voice lower, and it sounds so fake.
Hi guys.
It's basically like that. Yeah, she talks down like that. She like talks deeper than a deep-voiced woman would talk.
She's a woman that can sing and stuff, isn't she? She's got like a...
No, I'm talking about Elizabeth Holmes rather than Amanda Seyfried.
Oh, right, shit.
Yeah.
All this time I'm like... Right.
So, Amanda, for this scene, you sound like a man, okay? Can you
so Amanda Seyfried, when she's doing the later on public interviews, she's imitating that low voice that Elizabeth Holmes did, and she's doing it really well. But the voice, the original voice that Elizabeth Holmes did, was so fucking stupid.
I need to watch this. This sounds incredible.
It's really good. It's like really high production values. It's charting the time from kind of like 2001 when she was at Stanford and kind of moved and like her life then. So the licensed soundtrack for it is a load of bangers because it's like
on that
whatever
Disney Star.
Yeah. So it's like songs that were available at the time, like even down to weird one-hit wonders like "Steal My Sunshine" by Len, which is just a banger regardless.
Oh, it is.
Steal my sunshine.
Yeah. But yeah, it's really well produced, really well put together. The acting is good, and yeah. So what I was getting at, it was the frame around the depositions that you gave, and those kind of cut in because I assume where you would normally have like ad breaks, where you just get natural breaks in the story, where traditional TV they would stick ads, it kind of flicks back to the depositions.
Yeah.
And the depositions are done as it's filmed as a deposition, as in it's just a single camera looking at Elizabeth Holmes.
Oh, that's cool.
When it's in the drama bit of it, it alternates between being sympathetic towards Elizabeth because she's 19, she's making mistakes, she's not doing things right. But then when she starts the fraud, then it starts to look at her from like the camera. It's almost like the camera switches around, so the perspective is on her differently. Like leading up to the point where she decides to defraud. So the way she decides to defraud investors is it's one of their very early kind of fundraising rounds, and this is all in the podcast. This is all kind of well-known stuff. And she goes over to Switzerland with the prototype of it, of this device. Now they've made the prototype work for sepsis, basically because that's one of the easiest things to test the blood for. And so they just wanted to show like you put the blood in the cartridge, put the cartridge in the thing, and it works it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the trip over to Switzerland for this meeting, it somehow gets damaged, or basically when they test it in the hotel the night before, it doesn't work. And they spend the whole night kind of taking it apart, putting it back together, doing hundreds and hundreds of blood tests, trying to make it work, and it won't work at any point. So what they did was the fraud to get through the investor meeting, because they had to show a working product. The way it was designed to work at the time was it would do the test, it would beam the results back to their server would work out the result and then send it back. they got one of the engineers to put in the results of a test that had worked when that request came through.
Oh,
so that when they're in the investor meeting, as far as they're concerned, they put the thing in, it takes a few seconds to run, and then green light, there's your test results.
Wow.
And when that happens in the show, the perspective changes and you see Elizabeth differently. You see her more from the people who are aware of the fraud. It stops being so sympathetic towards her and starts being, this is what she's doing. And I quite like that change, because up to the point, like, she's not the most likable person in the world in the early parts of the show, but she starts to become deeply unlikable as she goes on further, because she just sees people as an expense. She sees people as a means to an end to become a billionaire. She even says, like, when she's before she goes to Stanford, all she wants is to change the world and to be a billionaire.
Do you know, like, these billionaires, right? When you get to the being a billionaire part, I'd just stop.
Well, the thing is,
I just stop. I know. Now
the thing is, the people who become billionaires aren't normal people.
Yeah.
They don't like money anyway, do they? They don't care about money, do they? Usually,
it's more a power thing, but it's that you have to have a certain mindset to become a billionaire. And
tyrannical.
No, it's not necessarily tyrannical, but it's almost like sociopathic. It's very detached. Like, if you watch interviews or videos with Jeff Bezos or with Elon Musk or anyone like that, you can tell they're all a bit off.
There's a glaze over their eyes, isn't there?
Zuckerberg.
Yeah, Zuckerberg. Look at Zuckerberg. And Elizabeth Holmes was the same. Like, there's all kind of. She was a bit off, and she's a little bit sociopathic. There's even a line in the show where she says to Sonny, says, I don't feel things the way other people do, but I love you. And like, that's
yeah.
It's quite telling that it kind of looks into her character more as like this very dispassionate person, this person who's only interested about being a billionaire. You know, like, people to her are a means to the end that she wants. But no, the Dropout is I've watched the first 3 episodes so far. It's a 6-episode miniseries. It's going to be a one and done thing. Like, there's no more to tell of it. She's going
Limited
to fucking
series.
prison. Yeah.
I'm going to watch that tonight. I'm going to start that.
Yeah, no, it's really good. It's on Disney Plus, and I really like it, and I really rate it. And also, like I say, the soundtrack's an absolute banger. Some really good tunes in it.
Is she in prison now in life?
No, she
in
will
life.
be in prison. She's been sent. She needs to be sentenced at some point this year.
Right.
It's very hard to put a billionaire in prison, unfortunately.
On 3rd of January 2022, Elizabeth Holmes was found guilty of 3 counts of wire fraud and 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud. So she'll be sentenced at some point this year.
It doesn't feel like that long ago, does it? Like, I remember reading about it. What was it, like 6 months ago? Yeah,
yeah. It was in January that she was convicted. Theranos was only shut down in 2018.
God,
I'd still trial a product for her. She needs it.
I mean, if you saw pictures of her, especially some of the promo pictures that she did, you'd be scared of her.
Oh,
she's got that dead-eyed look. In fact, I'm going to find a picture to show you.
I like a woman in power.
I had to just, while you were talking, I thought I have to just listen to the voice.
The voice is incredible, isn't it?
Weird. Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah. It's really it's like such bad advice that she got given for that. Yeah, there is a weird intensity to her. That's Elizabeth Holmes.
She looks like that crazy. Do you remember that meme, that obsessed ex-girlfriend?
Yeah.
I like a really long neck.
Yeah, it's just like Zuckerberg on a drag night.
Stop saying his name.
Fucking sell, Biggie. But yeah, it's she's trying to channel that Steve Jobs thing, that kind of that stare through you kind of thing. And yeah, if you
pretty though.
If you listen to any of our interviews, you'll hear the voice, and the voice is just, it's unreal because it is so fake, even though she insists that was her voice.
This product works, I promise.
Kind of like that, yeah. It is like that.
It's like a little
nice. I like her. I'm gonna pen pal her in prison.
Yeah, she speaks low and slow. It's just really, yeah, really, I do recommend The Dropout. It's really, really good.
Excellent. And that's the Nexus, I believe. Difficult to pick something in 4 days, isn't it? We're not doing this again. But now, the moment you've all been waiting for. I want a fanfare inserted here, Gadget, please.
I can insert a fanfare.
Biggie, take this motherfucker away.
That's right. Samwise Ganji loves them. The Irish were blighted by them. Gary Lineker is paid by them, and I even look like one. So,
you do
potatoes
a little bit.
Are great and proper versatile to accompany many a dish, as we all know. But as a national favourite, they're better as crisps. The earliest known recipe dates back to the Cook's Oracle in 1817, but the 1822 edition stated potatoes fried in slices or shavings means that peel large potatoes, cut them into shavings, round and round as you peel a lemon. Dry them well in a clean cloth and fry them in lard or dripping.
Yummy, fat.
And they genuinely remained unseasoned until the 1950s, when Tato, the Irish company, through trial and error, came up with cheese and onion and salt vinegar. And then in the States, the barbecue flavour came out in 1955. Now, most potato chips contain high levels of sodium from salt. This has been linked to health issues such as high blood pressure.
This is a celebration.
We here at Modern Escapism couldn't give a frying fuck, as we're here to find out Britain's best crisps.
I'll have you know, I've got really low cholesterol, so
the cholesterol of an 18-year-old girl.
I can eat as many crisps as I want.
And
Excellent.
we made a decision quite early on that as long as you could pretty much pick these up in, I think it was the crisp pile, it was going to be crisps, corn-based, maize, whatever it is. We agreed what makes
not peanuts, not
crisps,
poppadoms, because
not
they're
Twiglets.
like bread. Not cereal, crisps. For the American listeners, we mean potato chips. Just in case they didn't know.
I'm sure they know.
Potato chips. Take it away, Biggie. It's all you. This is your episode.
Well, so my beautiful assistant Gadget has come up with a tournament table for us. So I guess the most important thing is that we're going to create a little table, and then we're going to be putting our choices.
This is also a great reason, if you listen to this on audio format, come on down into the video realm. You can see this.
Yes. And yes, we're going to be doing our little tournament, very similar to what we did with the biscuits, but this time it's crisps. And
can I just commend you as well, Biggie?
Nasty.
Because this is your episode. I think you've done a brave thing this evening by bringing, because this is a tough topic. This is very important, and it's frightening. Stig's raring to go. This will be his hat trick, I believe, if he wins this.
I don't think
he's not.
I don't like how I can see who's coming up.
Now, don't get nasty, Stig.
It's a bracket. Anyway, the bracket hasn't been properly randomized yet. So what I need someone to do is, well, I don't know, Biggie, do you want to go through what choices are, and then we'll go through
do it that way.
I need someone basically at some point to roll a dice or something and tell me how many times to shuffle this bracket so that it's properly random.
Just remember, only the patrons know what we've picked so far.
I have a dice. D&D dice.
I've got the list here. Okay, so those that listen to the Patreon show heard what we picked, and we tried to avoid getting into too big a discussion right off the bat. So Oodles went for his choices is the Seabrook Prawn Cocktail.
Yeah, boy.
And the Walker's Cheese and Onion.
Pussio.
Gadget chose Chili Heatwave Doritos and Sour Cream and Chive Pringles. Candy went for the Walker's Sensations Thai Sweet Chili and Walker's Max Strength Jalapeno and Cheese.
Chihuahua.
Myself, I went for the Flaming Wotsits and the Texas Pringles Barbecue. And finally, the loser tonight, Seabrook Ham and McCoy's Flame Grilled Steak were Stiggy's choices.
Canadian ham. Thank you very much.
Does it matter?
And not just ham. Yeah. Canadian ham's way different, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so because we have a bracket of 10, we have 2 knockout rounds first to get the wild card
preliminaries.
The preliminaries, and then after that, it's then the 8 to go down towards the final.
The hateful 8.
So Stig, how many times do I need to shuffle this?
2.
Ooh, conservative.
1,
So
2.
all it came out. That's all the dice came out as.
Excellent. So the first The two knockout brackets we have to start are Seabrook Canadian Ham versus Sensations Thai Sweet Chili.
Go back to the old bracket where I was ahead.
And then Seabrook Prawn Cocktail versus Pringles Barbecue.
If I win, I have to go against myself.
Isn't that not the best way? Because you win regardless.
No.
We're all winners, baby.
Go on then, Stiggy. Why don't you take it away? Because yours is Seabrook Canadian Ham first.
Okay. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. And I think that's how I feel every time I eat a packet of Seabrook Canadian Ham crisps.
Wow!
Because they are the best crisp going. Ridge crisps are better than any other style crisps, in my opinion. But Seabrook nail it but out of all the Seabrook flavors, Canadian Ham is just amazing. It tastes amazing. It's got a lovely, delicate, meaty flavor. It goes with everything. Any type of sandwich you want to put those bad boys in, it goes with. I get these all the time from a little sandwich shop in town. I always tend to go for a chicken tikka sandwich. I just like a chicken tikka sandwich, and they go perfect in them. And they go perfect in a cheese sandwich. Even if you have ham, add the Canadian ham in there. Get extra ham.
Double ham.
Dip them in maple
Double
syrup.
ham. You could dip them in maple syrup. I'm sure you could. I've not tried that, but I will do. But yeah, Canadian Ham crisps are, I think, just for me, they're just great because
Fantastic.
Yeah, hamtastic. Yeah, it's ham crisps, but Canadian ham, which is those nice, thick, juicy bits of ham that they do, and they've turned it into a crisp. And...
No, they haven't. It's just flavouring.
Shut up.
We're not talking about the science. This is a celebration of crisps.
Yeah, I would pick them over any crisp, to be honest, especially all Seabrooks. And Seabrooks are from Yorkshire, so that gets an extra double thumbs up.
Yorkshire.
That's best.
And yet you just announced your patriotism choice of Canada.
Those Canadian Yorkshire boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're twinned with Canada.
Twinned with Canada.
Can you twin a county in a country?
Yorkshire, twinned with Ontario.
That's what Seabrook were going for, you see. They thought, what place can we link our crisp to? I know the one place in the world that's now #1 at the top of the living.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
It's now been voted the best place to live in the world, Canada. So imagine having a crisp link to that. So not only is Canada a great country to live in, but they have crisps that are also great.
It still has one of the highest tax rates in the world, though. Let's forget that.
We're talking about the nice things.
Yeah, the good things. Celebration.
We're not talking about the taxes.
So now I guess would be Candy's rebuttal with Sensations Thai Sweet Chili.
The other side of the world.
I've got some here. The Sensation Thai Sweet Chili, a taste sensation from another nation.
You're going to do an ASMR crunch.
Shall I? Sorry, everyone.
That was a good crunch.
You don't get that kind of crunch with any kind of Canadian crisp. It's just not out there. The taste it's got a sweet hot warmth. You dip it in a bit of sauce. It just cools it right down.
From it?
Honestly, I'm getting Thai. I'm getting a bit of
Thai girls.
It's just heating up on the ends of my tongue nicely, just right on the tip. I'm getting sweet chili.
Jesus Christ, there's 5,000 men listening to this going, oh.
I'm getting sweet chili on the tip of my tongue.
Oh my God.
That's an advert for my ASMR channel. It goes absolutely splendidly with a red wine. Not that I drink red wine that often, but, once in a blue moon when I crack the wine out, have it with the crisps. It makes you just thirsty enough. It complements the wine. You got some olives on the go, a little bit of dip. Smash them bad boys in. Like one of those share bags ain't enough. Share? I don't think so. You don't need it. It's just the best crisp going. Nice, delicate, and then it has the nice build up.
So you got some Canadian ham there.
I couldn't find any.
Couldn't find any either.
She didn't go to Canada like you.
No.
I've got the Thai sweet chili ones here. I have all the other flavors.
Have a little crunch then, Stig. Have a little crunch.
I've been having a little bit of a crunch whilst he talks about.
A little bit of a crunch.
Crunch. Crunch it, baby.
You know nothing of crunch.
Yeah, it's tasty.
Oh, have you heard him? Yeah, they're all right.
All right.
He's going to be dismissive because it's not his choice.
Yeah, he actually adores it. He adores it. He's putting 4 in at once. Ooh, that's a little clip we can put on Twitter.
Get some wine down, yeah.
I actually managed to pull one of them out the back with my mouth then.
You're an exceptional crisp eater, that's what you are.
I think they're a bit too much though, aren't they? They're not as like she says they're delicate, but they're not. Like you can't you sit and eat all these and your mouth would just be a bit like after a while.
Only if you're a child.
A Canadian ham crisps is just that's a delicate crisp, a nice gentle ham flavour, meaty flavour just running through your mouth, and these would go nice with it.
Common though.
These would, but that doesn't matter. Sometimes common gut is nice. Oodles has picked cheese and onion because they're a great flavour.
Don't drag me into this.
I thought you were going to say Oodles is common and we like him enough.
Oodles is common and we like him enough.
Yeah, exactly.
But
down to earth,
yeah,
I prefer.
They're a nice party crisp, but if you want like a nice little bag to yourself, put it in a sandwich. These aren't the type of crisp that you can put in your beer and have at lunch.
Oh, but they are. Little bit of cheese on top. Put them in the microwave for 30 seconds.
Ooh, look at us! We're sensations.
It's a taste sensation from another nation.
Nice.
Okay, I think that's the presentation from both. So I think we need to go to the rest of us.
Mute myself then.
Nope.
To make a decision on which one goes first. So Oodles, as you were almost dragged into the argument, why don't you go next and explain which is your choice out of the two?
Now, I do like the fact that I can taste Canadian ham with Canadian ham flavour because I don't eat ham, and it's nice. It's a newer flavour to my palate. I enjoy them. I think they're like Stig says. I think Canadian ham are exceptional on a sandwich. You can literally just have butter and those crisps, and you've got yourself a sandwich.
Oh yeah.
You can't put a sensation between bread. I'm sorry, but you can't.
You absolutely
cannot. You cannot. However, Sensations Thai Sweet Chili are an exceptional crisp. They don't burn enough to make so you can't just scoff a pack, but there's a little bit of a tingle,
just a kick to it,
and they've got that little green stuff on it, them herbs. And you see them on your finger when you're finishing, like, green herbs.
Pudding.
Pudding. Oh, God. Another pudding.
Not even hot enough.
I'm not a massive fan of super, super hot stuff. And I think they just hit where they need to hit. So now I'm torn between categories. Do I go for a stalwart sandwich crisp, or do I go for something a bit more, how do you say it, against the grain?
Hers are more expensive than mine.
Yeah, but
he's bringing cost into this. He knows I'm a tight bastard.
I went to 5 supermarkets and could not find this Canadian. In fact, I'm not even sure it exists, to be perfectly honest.
It does. I've had them plenty of times.
No evidence of this.
You can get them in multi-packs as well.
They're a good stalwart of Yorkshire.
They are a good crit. Don't be you're putting buzzwords in there.
By a smaller, more independent company.
Be quiet. Stop influencing Oodles. We know how easily he's led. This has to be his choice.
I'm gonna base a lot of this on what I feel like I'd want to eat now, and I'm not boozing, by the way, because it's midweek. I'm gonna go with Sensations.
Yes,
dickhead.
We're friends, mate. We're friends. I'm just going.
No one's friends when Stig's in competition.
Because if I saw the ham and then the Thai sweet chili on a shelf for a meal deal, I'm picking Thai sweet chili.
Why? You just said then that the Canadian ham goes better in a sandwich.
No, but I don't always get a sandwich on a meal deal.
Don't always want a sandwich.
Yeah,
sometimes you just want a crisp.
Yeah, or a Snickers.
They go better with a wrap. You need no, but you need you have a.
I've made my
wrap or a
decision.
sandwich.
I've made my decision.
Okay, thank you, Oodles. I'm sorry that you were insulted there. I think that's awful.
Still a
Clearly
great
shows
pick.
The
though, a great
direction that
pick.
Stiggy wishes to go with this competition.
Some things are
Gadget,
getting nasty.
how do you feel?
I like both of them, but like if you put the two of them in front of me, I'd probably pick the Sensations. I have a weird thing when it comes to like meat flavored crisps. I don't know, like it just never seems to get it right for me. Like Seabrook Canadian ham, they're fine. I like them enough, but if you put the two of them in front of me, I'd pick the Thai sweet chili every time.
Because they just come in bigger bags.
What are you implying? It's just because I'm a greedy bastard.
It's not a bag competition. It's a crisp competition.
Put a bowl of them in front of me, an equal-sized, equal-weight bowl, and I'd pick the Sensations regardless.
He does a crisp competition like he's playing rugby. This kid, doesn't he? He's fucking coming at us.
He's going to break his collarbone by the end of this podcast.
Okay,
yeah.
so I think you've made your vote.
Big it's you now.
For me, I appreciate that Stiggy must feel disappointed here, but yep, I have to go for Sensations as well. The fact that they're generally part of meal deals, and they're my choice out of those. They always go well with the Subway or something like that. But yeah, I totally agree with the little flavour. It's that little tingle, the herbs.
It's just enough, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's perfect and great with beer. So yeah, I'm a Sensation man all the way through on that one. Sorry, Stiggy.
Okay, so Sensations Thai sweet chili goes through to the main bracket.
Yes.
The next the next set of one we've got going is Seabrook Prawn Cocktail versus Pringles Texas Barbecue.
Seabrook.
So for fuck's sake, man, Oodles. Can I not speak without you giggling at me?
For fuck's sake, man, Oodles.
I'm going to throw you in the Tyne this weekend.
Is it nice and clear, that water?
Fuck no.
Is it basically Newcastle brown ale?
Pretty much.
Okay, then, Noodles, take it away.
Seabrook Prawn Cocktail crisps. Now, more divisive than socks with sandals, Prawn Cocktail is an attitude more than it is a crisp. A true individual with style and flair. It has defied the trends to remain a staple classic for those in the know. So, in 1939, Mr. Charles Brooke went to collect his photos and noticed that the shopkeeper had accidentally labelled them Seabrook instead of Seabrook. When he opened his first fish and chip shop in Bradford, Charles decided to name it Seabrook. Then, flash forward to 1945, Charles's son Colin returned from the Navy, and together they discovered that with their fryer, they could diversify their use of the humble potato. Seabrook Crisp was born, producing Britain's original crinkle-cut crisps. Then flash even further to the dawning of the 80s. In 1979, the first prawn cocktail crinkle-cut crisp was made. Seabrook were the first to use sunflower oil to cook their crisps, which gave it that distinctive crunch. Now, Stig perfectly surmised the fact that a crinkle-cut crisp is great. It locks in flavour in those ridges, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. And you get a nice dusting that stays on the crisp throughout. Now, prawn cocktail, a lot of companies do prawn cocktail. You've got your Skips, you've got your Walkers, you've got... I think these guys nail it. It doesn't just taste like tomato and mayonnaise like a lot of them do. This genuinely, it has an air of the ocean to it. I
just tried one. It has an air of something.
That's your hair that's got stuck in it. And it's just got a tang, a nice tang to it that consistently just repeats for a while. You burp it back up, you've got another taste. You can taste it again.
Is that an advertisement for it?
It's a crisp that keeps on going. It's a tough crisp. It's a strong crisp. It's very well priced, as Stig mentioned on the other Seabrook. It's, I mean, I know Biggie's struggle to find it, but it's out there and it's ready for you all. And a lot of people like to drink the end of crisps, don't they? They drink they make the packet and then drink it. Great crisp to drink. Really, really nice.
Used to go into the marketing. Seabrook's great crisp to drink.
Yeah, I just think the brilliant and the best version of prawn cocktail you're gonna get. And I know prawn cocktail flavor stuff is a quintessential a British thing. You don't really get prawn cocktail anywhere else. And let's like glamorize that. Let's be proud of that. And yeah, vote for prawn, guys. Prawn.
Fucking prawns.
Prawn for Prez.
You fucking prawns.
Okay, then. Thank you
Next
very
up
much.
would be a Biggie with the barbecue.
Yes, so Pringles is an American brand of snackable potato-based crisps. They've been around since 1968. The brand has now been taken over by Kellogg's, I believe. It's been sold in more than 140 countries. Pringles are the fourth most popular snack brand at one point, with 2.2% market share globally. None of this from Yorkshire. So, yeah, basically the Texas barbecue flavor, because there are many flavors of Pringles, but particularly the barbecue ones, they are your staple party snack. Whatever the event is, whether you're watching football, having mates round for gaming, you just want to entertain the kids, because you can have fun with these Pringles as well. You can just put one in or see how many you can get in your mouth in one go. My record is 3 tubs. But, yeah, just...
including the
burps as well.
Biggie, don't forget the old...
You're right about the prawn burps.
The duck lips, yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of fun you can have with Pringles.
So for people not watching on YouTube, I just focused on Stig there, chomping down on some Pringles.
And yeah, it's just that little flavor. It starts off with that barbecue, but then you get that sweet taste that comes immediately after. Very flavorful, and quite rightly, as their slogan goes, I think it's like, once you pop, you can't stop, and you just can go through a tub quite easily. And it's great to share with your friends. And if you really want to go quintessential drinking your crisps, then at the end of the packet, and you're trying to ruffle around with those bags and trying to get all those last bit of crumbs, just get a Pringles, upend the tube, and down.
And get them in your eyes.
No, not at all. Not at all. But yeah, you've got the aspects of the top on. You save your Pringles for a bit later if you want. They won't go stale. You put the top back on.
Leave Have you ever heard of a close peg? You can close crisps with a close.
Why do I need to when it comes with its own top? Why do I need to go and find something else? It comes with it.
Show me your hands. Show me your hands a second. Hold them up to the camera.
He's not finishing a pack of Seabrooks.
They're not going into Pringles.
That's what you put up. They come out, mate.
Okay.
But yeah, it's barbecue Pringles. They're lovely. They're Moorish. Everybody loves them, and they are literally at every party you ever go to. You've
picked the worst flavor.
Not in my opinion. But that's it. That's me.
All right then.
Okay.
Shall I go? Or
sorry, yeah, I'll choose. I'm sorry, I forgot I was presenting that one. So yeah,
host the fucking podcast.
Last. Candy, what's your opinion on the two?
Now I have to say the prawn cocktail was a bit of a disadvantage to me, because I'm not a fan of prawn. I don't like prawns. I don't like cocktails. I don't like mayonnaise.
Yeah, you do.
You do like cocktails.
You do. You're a pisshead.
Not prawn ones. But I thought, it's been a while since I'd had a prawny boy, so I give it a go. Got myself a nice flavoured one, like you suggested. I tasted it, and no, it was not for me. It tasted, I
saw your reaction when you put it in.
Oh, yeah, it looked like, it sort of reminded me of what maybe Madonna's crotch smells like after a gig.
Southerners, honestly, Southerners, you can't handle a bit of flavour on your tongue.
That said, Pringles are just something about Pringles. They're kind of like the bargain basement crisp for me.
They're
although I
do
do
cocaine as well. They're dusted in it.
Yeah, they although Texas barbecue, I think
them.
probably is. I would say that's my favorite of the Pringles. The salt and vinegar ones are just a bit too vinegary.
Yeah.
So, although I would not normally go for a Pringle, I'm going Texas barbecue Pringles on this
You're a
one.
Fucking heathen.
Thank you.
I'm sure that as far as prawn cocktails go, Seabrooks are good.
The best.
But maybe I didn't need the best. I need the worst kind of prawn cocktail, and I might enjoy it.
Okay then, Gadget, you're next.
This is a tough one because for these two, I kind of don't like either of them. I'm just not a huge one on prawn cocktail. I like the Walker's prawn cocktail, but that's about it. The Texas barbecue Pringles I find really sickly after a while. I think they're really sweet. Shit. I guess if you put them both in front of us, I probably would have gone for the Seabrooks.
Better pitch as well.
I can see the pain on Stig's face there when I said Seabrooks. Don't take that as an advertisement for them. Like I said, I don't really like either of them.
Yeah, the lesser of two evils kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so Stiggy, you're next.
Decider.
I've got I've got the barbecue Pringles. I've been chomping away on them just to refresh my memory. Is all. I've got all these packs of crisps here just to refresh my memory on some of them.
Yeah.
Damn. I don't know. I do kind of agree with Gadget. It's like after a few barbecue ones, they just get a bit too much. I kind of switch over to another Pringle if there's one there. Something a bit plainer. They do have that sweet taste to them rather than... I prefer barbecue meaty crisps to be more meaty. If you know what I mean, rather than sweet.
I like a starchiness to them, me.
But I think I'm gonna go with Prawn Cocktail purely because I think that it's properly packed. I do like Prawn Cocktail crisps, and they are the best Prawn Cocktail crisps.
Yeah,
they have the most flavour. They're very tangy, and I think that when you compare them to Walkers, they just kick their ass.
They shit all over them, don't they?
Yeah, they're absolutely packed with flavour.
Yes, mate.
And you get like the shit on your fingers that you can lick off afterwards.
The dessert, as Candy calls it.
They're just not my like preferred. I do like the Pringles. They're just not my preferred one. Like they're always the last one that I choose to eat. If really.
Yeah.
Like we buy them because the kids and Kate like really like them.
Everyone likes them. That's the point.
I think I always choose a different one.
Your Seabrook would always be left behind, rotting away in the dish.
Well, why don't you send them to my house?
The thing is that it wouldn't at my house because I instantly, my mind instantly goes, my hands instantly go for ridged crisps.
Yeah, same, mate.
Every time. Like, if I see ridged crisps in a bowl, I'll go for them. I just think they're better.
You get more flavour out of them.
So the Seabrooks go forward, so we're now into the main bracket.
Speaking of ridged crisps...
Yes, we're going to start up at the top with McCoy's Flame Grilled steak versus Sensation's Thai Sweet Chili.
Oh,
so you want to talk about one of the selling points of Thai Sweet Chili was perfect with a beer, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah. Nothing gets more perfect. Oh, I should turn this filter up. My background's all crap.
Your background's lovely.
It's fine, just keep going.
So nothing is better than with
than Ghost crisps.
Flame grilled ridged crisps from McCoy's, the real McCoy's, full of flavour. These are the perfect kind of crisps to eat with a pint.
You can drink crisps, remember?
Yeah, these are a great pub crisp. These they've got the potato flavour comes through them. Through it nice, deep and rich. It has some great seasoning through it. You got a bit of hint of onion in there that just brings out the meat. It's like they have a proper powerful, pungent flavour. They have a great crunch.
And
like I said, they're just instantly you bite into them and your mouth is just an explosion of meaty, flavoured crisp and I
think Stig likes meat, guys.
I think I do. I like meat to be transported into me through the power of crisps.
Yeah. That's a beautiful sentence, mate.
But when Gadget said like meaty crisps don't like really hit for them, these hit. Like you want a crisp full of flavour that's going to give you that meaty hit. The flame grilled steak, real McCoy's, just beautiful crisps. Again, perfect for your meal deal. Perfect to go in a sandwich.
Excellent.
I have to say that is a good crisp, and you're absolutely right. It does go with a beer. But what if you're not drinking? How about a dip?
What do you mean? What if you're not drinking?
What if you're,
just having a packet of crisps at lunchtime.
I'm always drinking.
Yeah, these are great for a packet of crisps at lunchtime.
See, to me, what about the dip test? Because with the sensations, you can dip them in. You can make
got
them
a dip
hotter.
right here.
You can make them cool. You can cool them down. I think that the power of the McCoys is just a little bit too much. It's too overpowering. You don't want to get that dip on it because it's. I think that the taste is just too powerful. It builds up over time, and it's too much.
No, have you got a dip there?
I do. What dip do you suggest? I've got sour cream and I've got hot salsa.
I've gone with an onion and garlic dip, and I think it like complements it very well. Onion and garlic go very well with a meaty crisp.
No.
Of course you'd say that.
Because I'm
Her
right.
mind's telling her no, but her body's telling her yeah.
The big selling
Sour
point
cream
from the
does not go with
sensations.
barbecue.
I don't have sour cream. I've got onion and garlic.
That won't go either.
Onion and garlic don't go with steak. Yes.
Not in this house.
That's a house
my
of
watch.
pot noodles. You know it is.
Big selling
Okay.
point was the sensations was they're great for a party or a beer or have with a beer. Nothing's better than them with a beer. Go on, sorry.
Biggie, you're hosting this, by the way.
Oh no, I thought I was waiting for it to finish. So I'll go on this one because I actually agree with Candy on this. I find the McCoys very overpowering their flavors. I think it's too much. Bit greasy, bit you get that taste stuck on your little tongue. Can't taste anything else after you've had that. It would probably ruin the drink that I'm drinking, whether if it's a lunchtime drink or an evening drink. Yeah, McCoy's too much for me. The sensations, again, going back to that subtle flavor compared to the McCoy's, you may get the more flavor with the McCoy's, but yeah, sensations for me on that one.
I will say I've only eaten like 2 of those McCoys and it's still stuck in my teeth, so they hang around as well.
You want
Not
to
in a
talk about
pleasant way.
grease? This fucking packet has got grease marks all over it, this sensation ones. These are the greasiest
That means they're not
ever.
on the crisps anymore.
Because you had the McCoy's before that.
No, I didn't. This is from before when Candy was selling.
This is incredible.
Okay, so
just out to
let's
get
move on
me.
to Oodles.
I have a tradition, and this tradition is over a decade old. When I go to my local, when I'm not bad, I go in, I order a pint of stout and a packet of McCoy's. Steak
Yeah,
McCoy's. Because you know I like a dark beer. And that probably is the best crisp to eat with dark beer. It hits them notes. I like a crisp that keeps on giving. Like I like a bacon rasher crisp, you know, them frazzles. And you can still taste them in your teeth for days. I like that.
You burnt the pig back up later.
Exactly. And again, I don't eat meat, so it's nice to be able to have a substitute that's completely vegetarian friendly. I have to go with McCoy's on this. I like them on a meal deal. I love a grab bag.
Yeah.
Because they are full. They are full. They are not air. They're just... Yeah, sorry. I do love sensations, but I've got to go with McCoy's. The real McCoy's.
Okay, then Gadget, it looks like you're the decider.
I didn't want to have this one because McCoy's flame grilled steak are the only kind of meaty crisps that I do like. But I really do like the sensations. And like,
you're having a tough night tonight, aren't you, mate?
I know, it's awful. And sweet chili is like a flavor palette that I prefer to go to over most things. But then again, I do like the flame grilled steak one. So I'm kind of, I'm at 6 and 2 3s on this one because I could really pick either of them and be quite happy with the result.
This is why I bought all the crisps. So if I was unsure, I could eat them and be like, yeah.
It's also 20 quid down.
It's also my dinner.
And 20 pounds up.
Fuck's sake. I genuinely don't know which one I'm going to go for. Because it's
Maybe
not even
one of
like
the
a
others can convince you.
Yeah, what's it worth to me?
So, like, crisps alone, so not
I'm
with any
coming up to your house this
accompaniment, not with
weekend,
any
someone else
sauce,
isn't.
nothing. You're in the shops, you've got a choice between one or the other. What are you going for? Bearing nothing else in mind.
That's the dilemma. I don't know. I could stand in a shop staring at 2 packets of crisps for days at this rate.
I've done it before.
This crisp goes so much better. You like a beer? That goes great with a beer. Like that
so
goes
does
great in a
so does
sandwich.
Sensations. Sensations
No,
goes great with beer.
Sensations go with wine as well.
They're a bit weak, aren't they? Really.
And they go with dip.
These are proper strong, crunchy crisps. Beautiful. I'll bring you them up this weekend, and if you vote against it, you'll realise that you made a mistake. I'm sat eating them both right now.
Fuck. Fuck. I'm literally going to flip a coin.
Do I have a coin? Bullshit.
I don't know which one to pick, man.
We've never done this before. We can't flip coins. It's too flippant.
It's literally flippant. It's exactly what it is. But I also don't want to. I don't want to TCGS this and drag this out for 4 hours. So
yeah, you're editing it.
Exactly, I'm editing it.
Oh, you could just.
I'll tell you what. I'll throw Stigger Boo and I'll go with the Flame Grill stick because if I voted for the Thai sweet chili, he'd be out and he'd be stomping his feet.
Go home.
I wouldn't be stomping my feet. It's just
you would be. You Stig.
Biggie's got an agenda.
I don't have an agenda.
Anyway,
I just want mine to win.
Next up is Walker's Cheese and Onion versus Max Strength Jalapeno.
Oh, there's no competition here.
So who's going first?
She's got the big bossy boots. She can go first.
Hang on. Right. Cheese and onion. I mean...
shaking her head. Like she doesn't get these every week.
I mean, yeah, but there's what's special about it? It's just a basic cheese and onion. No fancy flavors. No... You know, it doesn't even pretend to be posh. And I don't mean that in a good, humble way. I mean, it's just boring. It's boring. It's the crisp that's always left till the end at a party.
Is it fuck?
Yeah. No. Cheese and onion. Yuck. It smells like old socks. But then...
Fucking then.
We've got the Max Strong jalapeno. And we've got...
The new kid on
the
the
block.
block.
Off with... The classic Ridge, as you said, maintains the flavour. I once gave my best friend one of these.
And they're not friends with you anymore.
She cried.
Yeah,
not because
terrible
not
friend.
because it was making her eyes water. She literally cried at the strength of the flavour, and I think she cried tears of pure joy.
Or pain.
So when you bite into it, you go, oh.
Yeah,
saving that gif.
The cheesiness hits you initially, and then you get that heat build up. If you're on a night out, it just encourages you to drink more beer. If you're on a night in, you want to just have a little drink. You know, sometimes that first beer doesn't go down that well. Get some of these crisps down you. You'll be chugging that beer, and before you know it, it's beer and crisp party time. Stick around the proper, like, man crunchy crisp as well. Honestly, you don't even need that many to be satisfied.
Sexist. I stayed away from that.
Just going to cook so many samples out of this.
They are hot. They are
you can't even look at the screen because it's hurting you.
They're so good. They're so good. It hurts so good.
Hurt me.
I need my safe word.
Chocolate binoculars.
I'm over.
All right, then, Oodles, you're up.
Delicious. Walker's Cheese and Onion. Uncompromising in its flavour, rich and rewarding. This British classic defied the odds to add that much needed flavour to the original ready salted banger of a snack. Its power and flavour profile allowed war rations to forsake precious meats that were needed for more important dishes, and the hearty flavour has been the #1 selling crisp in Britain ever since. Walker's was founded in 1948 in Leicester by a local butcher called Henry Walker. Amid post-war rationing, Henry Walker's Sorry's factory output dropped dramatically, but he fought back. His company, Walker & Sons, started looking at an alternative product to potato crisps because they were becoming increasingly popular with the public. So he decided to shift the company's focus and began hand slicing and frying potatoes to make crisps even thinner and flavorful, more flavorful. Due to the popularity of the ploughman's lunch in the 1950s, Walker's introduced the cheese and onion flavoured variety. The same year, to try and replicate that flavour, the ploughman's classic pub snack. In the 60s, 70s, and 70s, Walkers and Sons developed three additional flavours to match the taste buds of the nation. Your salt and vinegars, your prawn cocktails. But to this day, Walker's cheese and onion, and also Lay's cheese and onion, which is what it's called in other countries, is the #1 selling crisp of all time because it's a classic.
It's an absolute wet lettuce of a crisp.
No.
They're soggy. As soon as you open them, they're soggy. They just... No.
That's because you've got wet hands constantly.
You won't get a green one in there. Why is there always a green one in there?
That's just a potato. Some potatoes are green.
Not in the Max Strong jalapeno and cheese ones. There's no.
No,
never,
they
never
are a Walker's off brand. They are. Oh, let's try this. They ain't gonna last. They ain't gonna last at all.
See, I mean, you talked about
you
Walkers.
Are in pain.
These are Walkers as well.
I know, that's what I'm saying. You are in pain eating those crisps. You can eat a Walker's cheese and onion with a cheese sandwich. You can eat it with a ham sandwich. You can eat it with anything. You go to American diners for a sandwich. You go to Arby's. They'll bring you a plate of potato chips, and there'll be cheese and onion on plate.
No, they're never ever cheese and onion in America. Never.
You don't know anything, Candy.
I did. They're cool, right?
I am not
anything in the States.
backing down on this.
Neither am I. I'm not having it.
Classic. We are talking about Britain's favourite fuck-eyed crisp, and it's the cheese and onion. It's cheese and onion.
How do you feel when somebody who's just eaten a packet of cheese and onion crisps comes up all up in your grill and starts talking at you? It's disgusting.
We shouldn't be at that distance anyway.
But you always, I mean, the distance only has to be 10 feet. That's how they don't have to be that close.
You can gladly eat a cheese and onion without knowing you're going to have diarrhea in a few hours. Jalapeno. I do like them as a pepper, but it's to like accentuate like a chili or something like, I don't know, just something else. Cheese and onion. It's a fucking staple.
It's an absolute wuss's crisp.
No, it's not wuss's crisp. It's a staple.
It is a wuss's crisp. Look, it's...
You ask anyone.
Music over there.
Listen,
so you ask...
I'm not backing down on this.
I don't even want to look at them. They're like a little shriveled, horrible little
Candy,
things,
be quiet.
But,
Do you love the
shut up.
No, I'm not shutting up. They're disgusting.
I'm telling you now, from the ages that you have teeth, from like 4 till 94, the people will choose a cheese and onion crisp.
How long did it take you to grow teeth, Oodles?
I don't know. I can't remember. But you'll always. It's just. It's Britain's best crisp.
No, listen. I've got nothing really against cheese and onion crisps. It's just those particular ones. They're shite. Like, there's so many better cheese and onion crisps than just a plain Walker's little thin midget soggy shithole crisp.
Okay, I think on that note, I think Stiggy, it's time for you to step in. What's your vote?
I do like Walker's cheese and onion.
Here we go.
I do grab them when I do get a meal deal. I do think McCoy's cheese and onion are better. Sorry, but I can't. Oodles, I'm sorry. This was my other choice before Candy chose it. When I opened that bag, I sat there and sat eating them while you two were talking. Like, they're so nice. They're so nice. It's ridiculous. Yeah, they're a bit hot to start with.
I tried them. I couldn't finish a bag.
Once you get through that like initial heat of the first few crisps, amazing with a dip. Like, perfect with a dip. And even the branding on there says perfect with a beer. I mean, they're like, I think they're not as thick as McCoy's, but fuck me, they're up there.
Try and find them in a pub.
All right, thank you, Stiggy. I think we know where that vote went. Gadget, you're up.
Why would you pick Walker's cheese and onion of all crisps? There are so many better cheese and onion crisps out there. Seabrook do a better cheese and onion crisp.
No, they don't.
But also, I'm just going to go with the max strength jalapeno, mostly because I like to fight with my crisps. I like my crisps to like wound me as I'm eating them. And it becomes like a real battle of wills. And the max strength jalapeno, they come at you like a punch in the face.
Yeah, why do you want to be hurt when you're eating?
Because it's a war between man and crisp.
It smells so good as well.
Disgusting. You're all sadists. You're weird.
Spicy crisps are amazing.
Fuck off.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. I like to be fighting my food as well. What weirdos.
I like
Who's
cheese
the
and
one
onion.
getting competitive this time?
It is a classic flavour.
It's same as last time with the fucking digestives and shit. It's bollocks.
But I agree. I agree.
You got digestive far.
It's the boring choice of crisps at Walkers. They're better cheese and onion.
Ready fucking salted is boring.
They're more interesting flavoured crisps with cheese and onion.
And Gadget's saying, Seabrook's cheese and onion are better. They don't do cheese and onion. They're just a cheese.
The jalapeno and cheese flavoured ones will be around for a long time. And my God, do they go well with beer.
Also, just because it's a classic or has been traditionally a thing in this country doesn't mean it's good. Look at the whole fucking argument with jellied eels.
Ugh. That's got nothing to do with
Also,
this.
You don't want to do this, what I've just done with cheese and onion. Got those just piled into the
that.
And then I could just
Salsa
pick them out the dip.
sharks.
Oh, yeah.
Salsa sharks, love it.
Fucking tart too well.
Okay. Well, the next bracket is me with my sour cream and chive Pringles versus Biggie's Flaming Whatsits. Who's going first? Do you want to go first, Biggie, or shall I?
Oh, you go ahead.
Okay. Well, so Pringles are well, we've heard about Pringles before because Biggie talked about them with the Pringles barbecue. So I'm not going to go into the history of them, and quite frankly, I would have never done that because I can't be asked what the history of what a Pringles is.
I don't understand why. Sorry to interrupt you, Jim. When you try to sell the flavour of crisps, why come at us with all this history of the company?
Exactly. Yeah.
Because it's content.
It's called doing research.
I'm doing my research, eating them.
It's called putting care into this and heart.
Exactly. I agree with you on that one, Noodles.
Thanks, Biggie, mate. Love you, baby.
Love
so before we get the history lesson on what Whatsits are and everyone falls asleep, sour cream and chive Pringles are a flavour that kind of, it's almost nostalgic for me because they were the first kind of Pringles I ever had when I was a kid. I find them just really Moorish. There is a slight kind of, it is almost like a cheese and onion kind of flavour. It is slightly onion, but the
flavour then.
What? I never said I didn't like cheese and onion crisps. I said I didn't like Walker's cheese and onion crisps.
Wait while I see you eating them.
I'll eat. I don't understand your argument here.
I'll whack them out and go, you don't deserve them.
Okay, well, carry on. Sour cream. You've thrown me off my argument now, you fucking 12-stone idiot. 11 stone idiot. Sour cream and chive Pringles. I just think they are the most Moorish of all Pringles. They are the kind of Pringles where if I'm having a pint, I can sit and chomp through an entire tube of them. Like the salt and vinegar ones hurt my mouth after a while. I'm not a big fan of Texas barbecue. Like a lot of their other flavors, I can have a couple of handfuls of and then just be done with them. But sour cream and chive, there's just something about them. It's just it possibly could be they are coated in crack. I don't know. I haven't done the science, but that is the one flavor of Pringles where I can, do the tagline and just chomp through an entire
if you get
tin
the
of them.
Dust and rub it on your gums, you'll get high.
Probably, yeah. Probably, I can see that. But I think they work out. Like I say, they are a flavor I don't get sick of. They're nice with a dip, nice little garlic dip or salsa dip and all that.
You have to double them up a bit, but that's fine, isn't it?
Well, yeah. The problem with Pringles is they're structurally very weak, so you do need to have something to keep them going.
They slot together nicely as well, don't they?
Yeah. And I think, whether it is a case of you sitting watching the telly with a beer and eating them, or if they're at a party, the one downside I would say is they do have a bit of a default party crisp vibe to them. But I don't think it's bad. I think as default party crisps go, I think they're probably the top tier of that. I think I think they're great. I really like them.
Finished?
Yep.
So, Pringles as a product brand is especially known for its packaging, that tubular can. Just thought I'd leave you with a little memory that the guy that created
Whatsits, right?
The guy that created the packaging, his children honoured his request to bury him in one of his cans by placing part of his created remains in a Pringles container in his grave. But I'm here to talk about Whatsits. So what's a Whatsit? What? I'll tell you what a Whatsit is.
What was that, Biggie? What relevance was that? That's something you forgot.
I enjoyed it.
Last pitch. Yeah, I did. Oh, that's how I would have buried in a Pringles tube.
I like a strong
Exactly.
pitch.
I'll leave that memory of Pringles with that with you next time you're chomping away on your sour cream bones. So the British brand of the cheesy flavoured corn puffs were first sold by Golden Wonder, and they're now known as the really cheesy flavour of corn puffs. And Whatsits have been a kid's favourite And in fact, adults' favourite for many years. They are also part of the selection for grab bags when you're having your meal deals. But I tell you what, they knocked it out of the motherfucking park when they came out with the flaming hot flavour. First time you have one of those, your brain's going, I'm eating a what's it. But then that flavour kicks in, that spiciness.
Your brain goes, I'm eating a what's it.
And it's just
your brain narrates along with noodles.
Yeah, all the time.
Flavour. As it not only comes from the crisp, but it just melts onto your tongue as a what's it normally would do. But it's not that cheesy flavour anymore. It's that spice. And it just melts in your mouth and your tongue starts to draw and you need more. So then you start to eat more. And then that little sweetness kicks in with that flame as well. And the next thing you know, the packet's empty and your 4-year-old daughter's looking at you, Daddy, where's the what's it's? Because I like them too. Well, I've got another bag. Let's eat them together.
Yay!
Because what's it's are for sharing as well. And the flaming, the what's it's were fantastic as cheese, but now that they're spicy, they're better than Monster Munch Flaming Hot. I'm telling you now, that was my go-to crisp flavour before. But then What's-Its have not only come out with What's-Its Flaming Hot, but they're giant ones as well. They're double the size. You can pretend to be a little dwarf as you eat this massive What's-It. And you can stuff them into baguettes with all of the mixtures of baguette flavours of cheese and pickle, cheese and ham. You can put salad.
Cheese and cheese.
Cheese and cheese. You can put it wherever you want into a baguette. It's a what's it. And I'm telling you now, this is going to kick those Pringles out the park, mate. I'm sorry. Sour cream, no chance. Flaming Hot is the real deal.
I mean, they're not that much of a real deal. They're not that spicy.
The
flaming bit of the flaming hot is a bit of a misnomer.
Is it like battling with your crisps?
Okay, so who hasn't gone first? I can't have it all. Oh, Candy. Candy can go first.
You're going to regret this saying this though. I don't like What's-Its. I don't. Before we even get to the flavour, I don't like the shape of them. They remind me of beans, and I don't like beans.
I don't like beans.
Like that sensation when they go in your mouth and they just kind of melt. It's like, you know, that kind of the packaging you get. And it's everyone calls it the What's-It packaging, and you put it in the sink and it just melts and it's gone. I don't like it.
Yeah.
And do you know what? What's-Its remind me of like a chav riding his bike with no top on and no handlebars, eating his What's-Its.
Wow,
so I look down on them.
Very specific.
It's incredibly specific. I'll take it.
This is how my mind works. And so I've got something like I do like a spicy.
You do know you have the hair off a What's-It, don't you?
I prefer it. It's more of a Cheeto.
Yeah, I suppose so. It ain't easy being cheesy.
I just don't like What's-Its. I don't like them.
I don't like them. Get them away from me.
Don't like What's-Its. Don't like the shape. Don't like the texture. No. Pringles, like sour cream and onion Pringles are. Again, they're not my favorite, but trying one then, actually, it was pretty good. It was definitely better than the cheese and onion Walkers, that's for sure. There's definitely like a proper cheese and onion flavor.
There's no onion in it. Oh God, it's fucking sour cream.
Sour cream and onion. Sorry, sour cream and onion. I think it's the sour cream that makes the difference, you know.
Yeah, there is onion. Why did I say there's no onion in it? What's wrong with me?
Like you said, it is a bit of a generic party crisp, but they're quite cheap as well. You know, it's normally £1 for a can, isn't it? And I would say that
Pringles. Where are you getting your Pringles from?
Fucking tell me now. They're like three quid a can.
Well expensive.
You get a big bag of giant What's-Its for £1.
We get North packs.
Yeah, but that's because they're disgusting and chavs eat them.
The Asda down the road from me normally has them for like 145 or 125.
What the fuck?
Only on offer. Only when they're on offer. If they're not on offer, they're like £3 a can.
Yeah, but they're never not on offer.
No, it's never
always. It's like the DFS sale.
These ones, yeah,
it's true.
It's never the original ones.
These towers of crisps were £2, bog off. So by default, I'm going with the sour cream and onion Pringle.
I'm so disappointed in you.
I'm afraid. I am sorry.
Okay then, Stiggy, you go next.
Right. So I've not had What's-Its Flaming Hot before.
Oh,
just regular old What's-Its. I do like What's-Its, and I do like the fact that they melt in your mouth. I love that because I love putting them in my mouth and just crushing them into the roof of my mouth and my tongue. I do like
this
that.
Is sexy this episode, isn't it?
ASMR.
Can we do a close up of you trying it, please?
What?
We'll get Stig on. I want to see a close up of him popping it in his gob.
Popping a...
Oh, look, he stuck the tongue out a little bit. Oh, look at that. Oh, he's closing his eyes. All right.
So, I do like Pringles. I do like the green Pringles. They're very Moorish, very nice.
Yeah, they are.
But these are fucking next level. These are incredible. Like I could sit there and eat all of these. I'm sorry, Gadget, but these are so nice. And they smell amazing. They actually smell so good. So, yeah, unfortunately for me, it's going to be for you. It's going to be the flaming what's-its. This is why I want to try stuff.
Oodles, over to you, my friend, the decider.
This is my toughest one so far. I love both of these. Like, when it comes to Pringles, I always go for those ones.
Yeah, they're good. They are good.
I just think, as Gadget's mentioned, they're probably the least sickly of the Pringle. They feel like they've got the least amount of sugar in them. They probably haven't. Because some of the meatier Pringles just taste really sugary, if you get what I mean, like sweet almost.
It's actually only 42% of a potato in a Pringle.
Yeah, I know there's barely. It's probably some alternative, isn't it? Like, as much as the receptacle, the tube, is low and stumpy, but like I have to take my rings off to eat them.
You can just pour them into a bowl, you know.
A what?
A bowl?
Never heard of it. There's more washing up. Fuck that. I really enjoyed in my packed lunch, in my lunchbox at school, having those little Pringle. I had there's them Pringles things you could get. You could send off and get them.
Put like 20 Pringles or something in them.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that, and I was like, I hope it's the green ones. I hope it's those ones. And it was a good time for all.
Were Pringles like a proper delicacy when you were a kid?
Yeah, you could sell them like cigarettes in a prison.
Yeah, my parents never wanted to buy them.
I remember
a tube.
I remember getting like 10 pogs and a slammer for a tube of Pringles.
Yeah,
nice
Pringles, man, they were so good.
Because they were a commodity, weren't they?
What's-its were the first crisps to have pogs in them.
Tazos.
True.
They had Tazos in them, not pogs. Come on, get it.
They were, according to Wikipedia, it's pogs.
It's Tazos.
It was Tazos.
Thank you. So, yeah. Now, what's-its? Cheesy what's-its ain't my favourite cheesy puffs. I like a Cheeto. I like a better consistency to it. However, the flaming hot, or the whatever they're called, what's-its, when I see them on a shelf, which is not as often as I'd like, I get a little excitement. I get a little mouth boner. And I'm like, yeah, because they are not too overpowering. They are in the same category as like a flaming hot Monster Munch. They are a lot easier to eat than a flaming hot Monster Munch. They are a lot easier to apply on bread. Now, I know our American listeners are like, fucking potato chips on bread? What the fuck? But this is what we do over here.
Specifically what they sound like. All of our American listeners.
Incidentally, I love every time he talks about America and it goes that default, yo, America bro, dude voice.
all right. But this is just, I like popping, especially the chunky, the jumbo what's-it, and then punching the bread into like a bread dust. Like a sandwich dust, actually. And you're in it. Have you ever had those the flame out what's it on Tiger bread with Lurpak?
Yeah, I have it regularly. Baguettes for lunch. Love it.
Jeez.
Hence why I'm not slim biggie.
Carb on carbs. It's a good hit. You get that good hit. But again, I go to a lot of parties, a lot of house parties, and there's Pringles there, man. They're in a bowl. So you know those
I thought you didn't know what that was.
Yeah, not in my house.
Who puts Pringles in a bowl though, even at a party?
Because we all know each other. We're not scruffs.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, but it's a waste of a bowl, isn't it? They've already got a receptacle. They say.
Yeah, they're there anyway. And I always get pissed off if I pick up a salt and vinegar and because it gives me that. I think they're too overpowering. I know I'm going on, but this is really tough because out of the Pringles, they are the best. But the
Flaming Hot Wotsits absolutely kick the arse of Pringles. They're just on a, like Stiggy says, it's a different level. A different level. It's the best thing that they've ever come up with is that Flaming Hot.
Am I doing the decider here?
Yes.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Oh. Now I'm gonna have to go back to my tried and tested method. Tried and tested method, where if I had both of them in front of me now, which one would I pick? What's it?
Thank you.
I just know where my taste buds want to be.
Fair enough.
You will not regret that choice.
Just know where they want to be. Just know where they want to be.
So
I do like them Pringles though. Oh fuck.
So the next bracket we've got up is Seabrook Prawn Cocktail versus Chili Heatwave Doritos. We've already heard from Seabrook Prawn Cocktail because that was yours, Oodles, wasn't it?
It was.
So we'll just go straight to mine.
Can
For
we not hear the history of Seabrook again?
Yeah, I can do it. Would you like it again?
We've been going for 2 hours already, and we're not into the main
in 1945,
mute him.
Mr. Charles Brooke.
Cut that.
There, Oodles is muted now. I'll unmute him. I'll be nice. Chili Heatwave Doritos. So I said before when we were talking about the max strength jalapenos, I like to fight my crisps. I like it to be a battle. And Chili Heatwave Doritos, I mean, they are the best Doritos.
Mm-hmm.
They are tangy. They are powerful. They'll cut your gums to shreds in a very good way. They are bags that, a little bit like the sour cream and onion Pringles, I can chomp through an entire bag of these just without thinking about it. They are not the spiciest crisps I've ever had. That would probably be the max strength jalapeno ones because they really do knock your socks off. But the Chili Heatwave Doritos give you a nice burn, and it's a nice long burn as well. The kind of thing a spice head would really appreciate. Like, it's not the hottest thing you'll ever eat, but it burns really good for quite a while. They are really good if you ever want to make nachos. They're a very good base for nachos. You know, put a little bit of chili on top, a bit of cheese, stick them under the grill or in the oven. Oh, it's good because then you're getting like double heat, effectively. But even just working with normal dips, even like a sour cream dip or anything like that, or a cheese dip, it all works with the Chili Heatwave Doritos. They are the best vehicle for spice and flavor that you could possibly ever ask for. And they're a solid crisp as well. It takes a lot to break one of these in a dip. It's not like a Pringle. You put a Pringle in a dip and you're risking breakage. You've got to double those bad boys up. These Chili Heatwave Doritos, they like to be dunked. It's like the Peter Kay thing with a hobnob. You know, they're a military crisp. They want to go in over and over again. And yeah, they are the best Doritos. I won't have anything said about them. Doritos actually do a spicier version of them, and they're not nice at all. Like the Chili Heatwave Doritos are the perfect amount of flavor and heat, in my mind.
Are you saying the extra versions are too much of a battle?
No, it's more that the flavor, they lose the flavor for the heat. Like it is perfectly possible to have spicy food that is too hot because you taste is heat.
There is. I know.
I've been there.
I've
had that battle.
And I think they're called Flamin' Heatwave Doritos, and they're not good because it's overpowering
like
heat,
aren't they?
Yeah, overpowering heat without the flavor. And the Chili Heatwave ones are the perfect amount of heat and flavor. And you know, if you keep chomping through them, it's a really nice build. It builds up on the tongue really nicely. So yeah, that's my pitch for them.
So in 1945,
fuck off. You've already had your pitch on Seabrooks.
Charles Brooke.
Why is Prawn Cocktail better?
I think Prawn Cocktail are better, especially the Seabrook better because it's Yorkshire. No, I just think it's, and you guys, it just seems like your guys' palate are all about heat. You just want heat. I want heat in my mouth. It seems to be there's a heat agenda here. I just think
neither of my picks were heat.
It is a safer option. I get it. It's a lot more sweeter. It's quite refined. Like Candy, literally, she won't vote for this. She doesn't like Prawn Cocktail. I know this, but like I say, those that are in the know and those that want that tartiness, that sweetness, that it's just perfect. It's just perfect on the tongue, and it's a ridge. A Dorito. When it comes to Doritos, when it comes to dipping and stuff, I prefer your cool original ones, and I prefer original just salted as like a nachos thing. You know, when you're having loads of stuff on it. I don't know why. Yeah, I think the salted ones are just better as that, because then it doesn't overpower everything else you're eating. I think putting those flaming hot ones as a Dorito, as a nacho platter is too much. I think it's just too much flavor, and I know you can't do that with Seabrook in anyway. But I just think they're really good, and I just love them. It's probably my favorite crisp, the prawn cocktail. I like them way more than cheese and onion walkers.
Aside from the prawn cocktail thing, I do need to bring something up to cast doubt upon Oodles' ability to talk up crisps. Because he pointed out to me when I made the comment that Seabrook don't do cheese and onion crisps.
I said that. I said they did. No one listened to me.
I was joking. They're not even original. Why? They're straight cut.
Straight cut? Ugh.
They're not the original. You were talking about the cheese ones, you liar.
Get the fuck out of here.
However, the cheese ones.
Oh, also, when it comes to Seabrook, they need to be discounted from any competition because they do minion-themed ones.
Oh, don't. Like Doritos hasn't done that.
But Doritos...
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty all over the front of them. So.
Why don't you eat these with gamers?
The crisps of gamers.
Why don't you?
I mean, if it wasn't for
Doritos with Gatorade or Mountain
if it wasn't
Dew.
for Chili Heatwave Doritos, we wouldn't have that wonderful photo of Jeff Keighley looking like he wants to be shot in the face. There's Mountain Dew, and Doritos do it better.
What gets me right? You're picking an American brand for fucking Britain's best crisp. It's frightening me.
We're an international community. We don't
I know
need
we
this
are.
jingoistic bollocks.
I'm only joking.
It's what crisp we can get in Britain.
Yeah,
that's how I worded it.
They are definitely made in Britain. Those ones we're having. I'm not stupid. I'm not daft. But anyway, yeah.
Okay, I think we need to move on. So
Cocktail,
I think
Seabrook.
We've had the counter argument. Candy, over to you.
Well, you know how I feel about the prawn cocktails, straight in the bin. Now, I have a confession to make with the Doritos. I bought some when I went on my little tour to Supermarché to get these crisps, and I ate them on the way home. This was my intense desire for these Dorito heat waves. So, no brainer, it's the Doritos. I'm surprised there aren't any more Doritos, though. Because they're a popular brand. Do you know what I really like as well? Like you said, it's that kind of slow heat. It's that nice, like, sort of warmth.
Like you're fighting with your crisps.
No, you're not fighting with these. It's just like a nice comfort. It's like a hot water bottle in your mouth. But I really like how when you crunch down on Doritos, I like the way they stick in your teeth. They're not offensively stuck.
Can I remind you all that I nearly died eating Doritos? It was tangy cheese, by the way, but it nearly killed me.
I was going to say that is the one risk with.
Oh, is that a plus?
I mean, I've never had a Dorito mishap, but it is there's been some close calls.
Fucking dangerous.
So they lose a point from that, but purely because I just don't like those prawn cocktails. And I have to vote for it because they didn't even make it home. It's the Dorito for me.
Okay, Stiggy, over to you.
Sorry to do this to you, Oodles. As much as I like those prawn cocktail crisps, I've just been sat there eating those chili heat waves, and they are fucking good, and they taste great with a dip. Sorry, mate. I do love the Seabrook. You know I'm about that Seabrook life.
I know you are, brother. I know.
So that's Oodles out.
It's all about the palate.
I would have also voted for Doritos. I've not had the Seabrook. I do like prawn cocktail, but yeah, it would have been Doritos for me.
If it were jelly deal flavoured, you'd have them. You'd vote for them. They'd win. Or hedgehog pie or whatever
from his childhood, that.
Hedgehog. My favourite type of crisp is weevils. I like a nice otter flavoured crisp, otter and jelly.
So aside from Oodles' bitterness, we're now at the semi-final, which is McCoy's Flame Grilled versus Max Strength Jalapeno.
There is
and
a
Flamin'
weight
What's versus Chili Heatwave.
A weight has been lifted off me. I can enjoy this now.
So obviously we've already had all the descriptions. We don't need to go through the campaigning again. This is purely a choice moment.
Can I go first?
Go on it.
It's jalapeno. I'm knocking my own one out.
Oh.
Because they're much nicer.
Biggie?
Yeah, same for me. I'm a massive fan of the jalapenos. The McCoys are too much for me.
Obviously a 3rd point for Candy because it was
I
her
like
pick.
how you say they're too much for you, but the jalapeno ones are fucking... There's a lot of flavour and punch in them.
But no, I find the flame grilled, that steak flavour is just too overpowering.
But like I say, this was my way backup choice. So you've got you've got the crisp there that I was struggling to decide on against the one that I wanted. So, yeah, I can't really.
Yeah, I'll go for the max strength jalapeno as well. Oodles, are we making it a 5-0 or are you dissenting?
McCoys, I don't want to fight with my food.
I don't know. You can fight with this. You can fight with the McCoys. I reckon they might sprout arms and legs and give you a good box.
Jalapeno, Chris, it's weird.
And then we've got Flamin' What's-Its versus the Chili Heatwave Doritos. So I'll go straight in with the Chili Heatwave Doritos. That was obviously mine.
What's-Its for me?
What's-Its for Stig?
Doritos.
Doritos for Candy.
What's-Its for me?
Oodles, deciding vote. What's-Its a Doritos?
What's it to be?
Now, disclaimer. Even though I were up against Flaming Hot Doritos, whatever they're called, Chili fucking Heatwave, whatever, they're brilliant, aren't they?
They fucking are.
They're such a good crisp.
So good.
They're so
You know what
good.
I find when we do these things? Is you've got to really like
pretend
the shit out of and pretend something that you like, you hate. They're crap. I hate them. While secretly going in your head, just going, I think they're amazing.
Yeah.
It
was like the debate episode for you. It's like trying to talk bad about football.
Yeah.
Bad about ale.
Oodles, one thing I will say.
Go on.
I love Chili Heatwave Doritos. They were my go-to chili crisp. Then it was the Monster Munch before that. Then it was the Chili Doritos.
Yeah, well, the Monster Munch for me first, back in the day.
The Flaming What's-Its are now the go-to. I believe they've stepped above the Doritos now.
Oh, fuck me.
Nothing wrong with the Doritos, but the What's-Its are better.
So, listeners, Oodles currently has his head in his hands.
This is important, though. I want this to be right. I want this...
Top knot waving in the air.
Oodles, whatever we pick, everyone will just tell us we're wrong anyway.
Fuck them.
And I haven't done any research, but I don't believe a Flaming Hot What's-It has nearly killed someone either.
There is that. There is that.
And you could stick more up your bum.
For that, I'm going What's-Its. I'm going What's-Its.
Are you seriously going What's-It for that?
Yeah,
Eagles?
if I can stick some up my bum, it gets the point.
My God.
You did it. You did it.
I'm never eating What's-Its again.
I want you to eat them out
The
of my
hot
bum.
ones.
I feel fucking robbed.
That's how it goes, man. If it can go up my bum, it's getting a vote.
Well, you can stick a Dorito up your bum, but you're just risking it.
Yeah, it's too much.
So-
Too triangular.
We are into the final, which is the max strength jalapeno versus Flamin' What's-It.
This is fucking weird for the final. I never saw this coming.
Well, I'm going to go straight in, just on principle now, for the max strength jalapeno, because I'm fucked off that my chili heatwave Doritos haven't gone through to the final. I thought that was going to be a fucking straight in there if it went for Oodles and his proclivity to shove stuff up his ass.
Look, my audience and my colleagues know me.
Yeah, shove it up your ass.
I'm going What's-Its. Get them up your bum.
Okay.
No.
I want Britain's best crisp to be able to also be Britain's best fun up your ass crisp as well.
That means
Just
that
fucking dissolve up there.
I was going to say they
Perfect.
too quickly.
Less mess.
We're not tagging any of these crisp companies in this.
Yeah, you
Get
are.
ulcers in your ass.
We're not going to get a free box.
I'll tell you tomorrow.
If What's-It wins, it's going to tag him. Just say, Walkers, you are the best crisp because you can shove them up your bum.
Walkers, we're so sorry.
Actually, I've got the deciding vote, haven't I? Fuck.
Yeah, because one for Biggie, one for Candy. Yeah.
Fuck. Damn it! I should have got in there before Oodles did.
Think about it like in this aspect, Stig, where like families gathered round,
to shove Watsits
No. To me, I don't give a crap about the scenario. To me, it's all about the flavour and the texture. I have both. Right.
It's
This is
about
what this
the
was
ages.
for.
At least he's got the science to back it.
So I'll mute myself while I do it, so no one hears all me crinkling and.
No, I want to hear it.
Especially if you're shoving either of them up your bum.
Can we have a close up on?
Yeah,
Stig,
that'll be the
please?
next test. You might have to black my screen out.
No, close up. The bum test.
First one. This is the big.
How many inches are
What's
there
it,
roughly?
They're only about
2.5.
No,
Micro penis sized.
Bigger than I remember.
That tingle, those little fizzy tingles with the Watson.
This is really how I'm spending my Thursday night watching Stig eat crisps.
I like it. I could watch this all day. He eats crisps really well. He eats food good. Closes his mouth fully.
He's clearly an expert. I'd have him on Sky News discussing them.
Crisp correspondent. Do you know what his name would be as well? Walker McCoy. Crisp correspondent.
I've made a decision.
Put them both back in again. Try it again.
No. I only needed
Done it.
one. And the winner, by unanimous decision.
Not unanimous.
It's not unanimous, but it is now. The Walker's Max Strength Jalapeno
Oh my
cheese.
god!
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
Travesty.
I fucking won. I told you I was better than all of you.
This is weird.
I've just changed my mind.
No.
What's it? I think it's not just because it was it's the one I wanted to choose.
He's dying. Look, he's had.
Those what's it? Generally, that's the first time I've had them. They are new as well, so I've tried them. That's the first time I've tried them. I thought
They're
they
not
were
that
brilliant.
new. I had them a few
It
years
says
back.
new on the packet,
Oh.
but I really, really, really like them. I really like what's it, but they're taking it to another level. But the jalapeno ones, the tastes last longer. Like after I'd eaten it, it was still lingering in the mouth a little bit. A little bit of heat in there and stuff. Like just it beats it on the heat scale, on the flavor scale, on the crunch. As much as I like these What's-Its, Biggie, I'm sorry, but the Max Strength, the Max Strong jalapeno and cheese crisps.
Dude, I love those crisps as well, mate. So
Right
in
then.
a way, I have one.
Right then, I will.
So have I, because I was going to pick these originally.
I will
So we
take back
all
over.
want candy, not just you.
Yeah. that's
I will
fine.
take back over
I'll
as
take that.
host. Thank you very much,
Candy
Biggie, for
wins.
bringing that as your topic. A very tumultuous and tough topic to do. Like Stig has put the science in as well, mate. And Candy put the science in. Well-deserved winner for Candy.
An excuse to eat crisps.
Now, disclaimer, I don't like those jalapeno ones. But I've not tried the max strength version of jalapeno crisps. I've tried a different version. So maybe I will like them and I will try them for just because it's fair. It's fair.
Extra
isn't it?
hot and have 3 flames on the packet.
Well, there you go. There's nothing more goth than 3 flames.
And I shouldn't try and speak when I've got a mouthful of crisps.
Yeah, please stop doing that. I'm going to
Yeah, I
have
just
to.
went back in
This
for
is going to be
some more as
torture
well.
editing this for me.
So
I've
yeah,
tried to mute my mic as much as I can.
it's over, guys. It's over. Candy, congratulations.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Walker's Max Strength Jalapeno have won. Well done. You are officially, strangely enough, Britain's best crisp. But what I really want to know,
People are going to fume.
I do like that it's a proper outside pick, and it's one I kind of like that about it. We're a bit hipstery on that, aren't we? We're hipsters now, cripsters. What I want to know is what our listeners think Britain's best crisp or their personal favourite, and
Well-
we would have a bulging multi-pack of crisps to
Yes,
delve
we do.
into.
And it's the kind of multi-pack where all the crisps inside aren't smashed and there's no air gaps in it. It's all, each packet is fully crisp.
So it's a home brand crisp rather than a named brand one.
Xenos Infinity has started off with brand or flavor. For brand, McCoy's in general. Flavors, McCoy's Thai sweet chicken. And Walker's.
Shit, they are good.
I didn't even know this one existed. Walker's Max KFC Zinger.
Yeah, you get them in
they're
big
okay.
bags. Big
All right.
bags. They're like a
The regular
really
KFC.
good chicken.
He says the regular KFC ones just taste of sage, but the Zinger ones are spicier than the actual burger, and I respect that.
Yeah,
fair enough. You learn something
nice.
new every day. Rob Shacker said, I love a big dirty bag of cheesy Wotsits. They're great for every occasion and great between two buttery slices of bread. Football's on, bang out the Wotsits and the pints. Movie night, Wotsits and a glass of red. Emergency lunch, Wotsits sandwich. Snack bowl for guests, Wotsits mate. Some runner-ups are bacon fries and scampi fries. You can taste those bad boys for weeks afterwards.
I fucking love scampi fries. Oh, I love them. Yeah, cheesy Wotsits are fun. They're a fun snack, aren't they?
Yeah.
Wotsits in general. Shove them up your bum. Do what you want with them.
Planty has said, Planty's one of my people because he's a northerner anyway, but Space Raiders or Build-A-Snack.
Yeah.
I grew up during the miners' strike, not that I go on about it, and still understand the importance of value for money. Although I assume these are all 50p a bloody packet now.
Quid,
Yeah,
actually.
like-
Space Raiders are a £1.
5p or 10p a pack.
The bigger bags, don't get me wrong.
Oh, they went up to 25p up here, and that was bad enough.
Fucking crisp tax, man.
He goes on to say, see also the now sadly defunct hamburger flavour American quarterback maize snacks he used to
They were
line up like
so
hands
good.
across America due to their shape.
They were so good, them hamburger flavoured ones. You don't get hamburger flavoured crisps at all anymore.
No.
Has anyone had...
Remember the burger balls you could
flavoured-
get?
Have you ever done a
Yes.
kebab? Pringles?
Yes, I have.
They're dreadful.
They're good. No, I liked them.
Oh, I hated them.
They're just
I
general
like
meat
the
flavour.
bad ones as well.
Yeah, but kebab's just general meat. So it's perfect.
No, but it actually tasted a little bit like it. That was
Yeah,
the
it
thing that
did.
surprised me.
So, known food pervert Nimrod Hicks has written in he says, Walker's ready salted, but I can't eat them when I'm hungry. Always for dessert after a meal.
Do you know what?
Two things here. One, right? If you're in our Discord, this man comes out with the most horrendous opinions on food.
Oh,
It's
gravy. Don't
disgusting.
get me going about
His
gravy.
favourite. I'm not even bothered about him having them for pudding.
I am.
Like he's having them after a meal to, the savoury. People do that with cheese and.
Do you think he
crackers
has them
and
for
that.
like a mint and after dinner mint?
His favourite crisp is Reddy's fucking salted.
No,
Shite,
it's
yeah.
ready salted. Maybe your granddad.
I don't
ready
mind them,
salted.
but like they're the last one you choose, aren't they?
The only time I deliberately go out my way for ready salted crisps is when I'm hungover to fuck because it's an excellent salt delivery method.
Do you know what
Pringles
the
ready salted are
biggest
perfect for
fucking
that.
crime
Oh, yeah.
in crisp world is when you get a multi-pack of Walkers. You know the big 64 packs in the box?
Yeah, and most of them are
Why
ready
on
salted.
earth is there 10 ready salted and 5 of everything
Yeah.
else? What the fuck's wrong with you, Walker?
Anyway, he says, I know it's weird, I just don't have a sweet tooth. I always crave salt and savoury when I'm full. Bacon wheat crunchies get honourable mention. Now, I will say I do like a bacon wheat crunchy.
Yes.
I do,
Oh,
I
yes.
do. They keep going as well. They keep coming, don't they? Come back up and come back
Yeah.
up.
I haven't seen them for
They're
long
a
time,
solid
though.
crisp. You could crack your tooth on them.
Yeah, you get them in Golden Wonder packs and stuff like multi-pack, like variety
okay.
packs. You get them quite often. They're really nice. But I still cannot get over it as crisp for dessert. Dessert's usually cold and sweet. I don't like it.
Yeah,
Maybe he
but
puts them in the fridge.
And also remember Hicks. He don't like gravy.
He doesn't
That's
like
fucking
custard. He
mental.
doesn't
No,
like
I
gravy.
don't like gravy.
He doesn't
My
like-
dad-
he doesn't like mash.
My dad, whoever he is,
In the bin,
grafted in the gravy mines for years, so people could have gravy.
Yeah.
Digging the gravy ores, getting the veins of the gravy trees.
It's like gravy like bursting out the ground like when you strike oil.
There will be gravy.
Sam Allardyce is there with his big fucking jugs catching it.
Yeah, and this fucking six-toed Nimrod fucking turns around and says, "I don't like gravy. Also, I like to have ready salted fucking Walkers for dessert."
I think we need to pull Nimrod aside and have a chat with him. I think.
Intervention is what I'm thinking. There's something wrong with a man's tongue. That's all I'm saying.
Moving on, that fucking show guy says knickknacks nice and spicy.
Nice, nice.
Only because you can't get the scampy ones anymore.
Yeah. See, I got a knickknacks multi-pack the other week, and ribbon saucy, nice and spicy. And the other one was some kind of lime something or other.
It's like lime and coriander flavour or something.
Something like that. And I was like, the fuck's happening? Because I thought it was the scampi, because I love a scampi here. I like seafood.
Now that was an aftertaste with those bastards.
Scampi knickknacks, though, are really fucking good.
They were so good. He's so right. And I haven't seen them in aeons. I really haven't. It's a shame. What a shame.
Tig has dropped in here with saying skips for me. Even the hooky supermarket knockoffs in the massive bags. I love the taste. I love the mild fizz as they dissolve on your tongue. Only a certified pervert would even consider another snack over a bag of Skips.
Oh, no.
A notable mention for the pickled onion monster munch and nice and spicy knickknacks.
I'm surprised nobody chose the pickled onion monster munch, you know.
They're not my favourite monster munch. Flaming Hot are my favourite monster munch.
Beefy. I like the beefy ones.
I like beefy ones. But going back to Tig's Skips, I fucking love smashing a bag of Skips. Big un. I fucking love it. And you literally do suck them, don't they? Gone.
Yeah.
I love Skips. I love it. And he's right. Some of the home brand cheaper ones, I think it was, and this is going to sound posh, M&S's Skips. Fucking hell.
They let you in an M&S?
Not anymore. Not since I was popping them up my bum.
It is all too quick. Though.
Yeah.
Couldn't get putting a bath bomb up there.
A butt bomb.
Butt bomb.
It's fizzing. Doctor, what shall I do?
I've just had to run out and pass on those Pringles tubes to Kate. She's like, I've just got back from work. I want to go and eat. Bring me those crisps so I can watch Criminal Minds.
Yeah, man. That's a good combo. That's a good combo.
Anyway, last up, DJ Walsh. I think we struck a chord with him because he sent a deadbeat punk style essay.
Here we go.
Here we go. Dearest escapees, this week's debate happens to be about the only thing in life I truly love besides my wife, dog, animals, and pints. My first take is this.
Pints.
British crisps are substandard.
What?
In the early 1840s, British rulers committed human rights atrocities on a scale rarely seen in these parts, which led to the Great Famine, or, and I'm going to butcher this, Angortamor, which led to mass emigration, death, and decline of both the Irish population and the native Irish culture. I'll probably butcher that. Without getting into specifics or approaching the blame, apportioning blame 5 generations removed from this heinous imperial negligence, I want to address one of the unintended consequences of this atrocity. Irish people, long dependent on a nutritious but almost inedible lump of potato, were forced to diversify our consumption, and as a result, we became incredible at growing many varieties of spuds. Britain, on the other hand, was overly dependent on the colonies for food supply, and since decolonization took place, is now catching up on techniques specialized to the lost territories. I may be exaggerating for effect, but let not perfection be the enemy of good for the sake of this letter. Crisp production is one of these areas. I hate to break it to you, Gary Lineker, but Walkers are absolutely shite. They're the crisp equivalent of you shitting yourself in an England shirt.
Walkers have 1 hour. They've 1 hour.
But Walkers do all different types, though, don't they? That's the
Tyrrells, in my experience, are the closest thing Britain has to a decent crisp. But the likes of McCoy's et al. Simply do not hold a candle to their Irish counterparts. In Ireland, we have the much celebrated Tato brand, a big funky off spud in a soup mascot with a crisp that, when good, delivers an amazing cheese and onion, salt and vinegar, or smoky bacon bag of delight. O'Donnell's and Keogh's, though, are the 2 titans of the Irish crisp scene. Both have an incredible selection and varied flavour profiles. However, for me, O'Donnell's comes out on top. Their entire range is delicious, and they always provide what a crisp should be: a thinly sliced, well-cooked, flavour-dusted cut of spud. You can shove your Skips, Chickatees, Johnny Onion Rings, etc. up your collective arses.
Johnny Onion Rings.
Who does that frequently? They're not crisps, they're maize-infested MSG balls of shite. Delicious balls of shite, but balls of shite nonetheless. Anyway, historical rant over. Thank your ancestors for starving minds from the long run. I lived in the land of 1,000 tasty crisps. Shliante.
That was really informative.
No, right.
It was the best history lesson we've had all night.
Apart
from Charles Brooks.
DJ, let me direct this to you. I've been to Ireland, and I've had Tato crisps. And you know what? You're right. They're fucking brilliant. I've heard there's a museum as well. There's a Tato museum. I want to see that place, but I've never got to. I had the Tato cheese and onion, and they are wildly different. Wildly different. I don't know what they're doing. He's right. It's probably not full of additives. Because you've got to admit, the crisps we eat are full of sugar. They're just sweets, aren't they, really? I don't know why you brought out the history lesson.
I don't know why you brought out the history lesson.
I suppose I did. I I suppose I did, didn't I?
Walkers do all different types. I think when people say walkers, they just mean the generic ready salted.
Yeah,
salt and
they're
vinegar,
just
cheese
flat
and
crisps.
onions. Like the normal ones that you get. But like Walker's max strength, what's it's are made by Walkers, the sensations there. What's his beef with McCoy's?
The jalapeno ones.
They're great. But I've never tried any Irish crisps. I always wondered whether it was just something where they think it tastes great and then everyone else goes over and like,
no, Tato's good. They're good.
You get that with a lot of American sweets, don't they? They big up their sweets and crisps
until they have a galaxy and go.
Then you go over there and you're like, this tastes like vomit.
Yeah, same with the chocolate, isn't it? Hershey's chocolate's fucking shite.
Oh, it's horrible.
DJ, if you want to send me a care package of your best crisps, I'm more than welcome. I will more than welcome sample them and review them.
We'll send you some Seabrook.
As you've heard on this episode, I am a connoisseur and a correspondent of crisps.
Yep, that's right.
Walker McCoy.
Walker McCoy, indeed.
I'll do a video. I'll Walker McCoy, put it on YouTube. Proper crisp review for you.
Yeah.
I've got a green screen you can borrow.
Crisps. I did like that email. I put a lot of heart into that.
Walker McCoy here.
On location.
Anyway, that's the end of the mailbag.
I just want to. I still want to go back to DJ. I think that was really heartfelt and knowledgeable email. Thank you very much for that. I thought
it just wanted to make us feel bad.
I thought you were going to divide a nation, but I think in a weird, strange way, he's held his hand across the Irish Sea, the Channel. I don't know where the fucking island is. He's he's crossed his hands over and he's trying to shake it. Even though I've been, I still don't know where it is. Somewhere over there on the Emerald Isles.
And he can never take our Gary Lineker away from us, ever.
Please do take him away.
I'm not a big Gary Lineker fan. I liked his football, but I'm not a big fan of him. Yeah.
I like him.
And on those adverts, he holds crisps, and they're not what the crisps we get either. They don't look anything like the ones we get from shops.
Look at the perfect bag that they have. And then
he holds it, and there's no crinkle in it, anything. Nope. Like when I open crisps, I accidentally open them upside down, and people go, "Oh, that's bad luck."
I think they're just fucking with you.
No, but I believe them.
That's why they're fucking with you.
That old wives' tale of opening crisps upside down. 7 years bad luck.
7 years bad luck. Go kick a cat.
Up a pack of crisps upside down, his leg instantly breaks.
No, that's you, Stig.
I believe that's what happened before that rugby match. He opened a packet of crisps upside down and his ribs shattered. Excellent. Thank you very much, dear listeners, bringing out those beautiful picks. It is nice that we're so diverse with our tastes. But I want to know what we're doing next week and a few socials as well, Candy. Can you do that? Or is your mouth
I think I can manage
battling?
that. Oh no, the battle's over, but I'm going to...
but the war has just begun.
Just going to roll around in bed with them all later.
Coming for you, Crispies. As always, you can visit our website, modernescapism.co.uk. On there, you can find a link to all of our socials, contact details, and our merch store. If you've got any comments or feedback, you can fill out a form on our website, tweet us, or email us on modernescapismpod@gmail.com.
She's dying.
Sorry.
Crisps have got to her.
No, I inhaled my own spit.
She's inhaled her own spit.
Yeah, hang on.
More alcohol. Are you drinking Asahi?
Yeah, so not only did I just inhale my own spit, I then dribbled my beard down my chin as well.
Boys, she's single.
She's a lady. Whoa,
I can't understand why.
She's a lady.
Right, sorry, back to it. Fucking funny 5 minutes there. We've spoken about a Discord. Come and have a chat with us. It's so much fun on there. Honestly, it's just madness constantly.
Come and meet the people that are sending these emails with these bad takes.
And you can mute Nimrod Hicks if you need to as well.
But why would you want to? So much fun. Twitch, we've been a bit more active on Twitch recently. So twitch.tv/modernescapism if you want to see us play some games and have a chat with us, or just take the piss out of our, or in my case, my generally bad gaming. Mm-hmm. So keep an eye on Twitter or the Discord for when we go live, or even better, if you can just subscribe to our Twitch channel, it'll give you a notification when we go online on your phone. And we've spoken about our patreon.com/modernescapism. We've got 2 tiers that we've already spoken about. But if you want to support us in a non-financial way, please leave us a 5-star review wherever you can. 5 stars or no stars.
Or crisps.
That's the rule.
What are we doing next week?
Next week, I'm so disappointed because I'm going to miss this one.
Because she's got a hot date.
Fingers crossed. Next week is our 2nd annual Biggie Awards ceremony.
It's the big event of showbiz.
The absolute event of the year.
You were here next week, which is why.
I'm not here. Well, I wasn't. I'm not going to be here this Sunday either. But I'll see if I can maybe make a guest appearance. We'll
Even
see.
if you just do a little video call with your picks, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm going to get all dolled up. I'm going to, go.
We've got Candy from Hollywood. She's going to give her picks. She can't be here in the studio today.
This evening. Now I'm going to wear a frock and everything, do my hair. Even though you said I look like a what's it, but I'll never forget that.
What's it? You know what to stick a what's up my bum, don't you? I'd stick you up my bum.
Oh, thanks.
I've never seen someone look so scared in their life.
that was
scared.
I'm nice.
That was a compliment. You will be touched.
Are we opening the biggies to everything this year?
Yeah, let's do it for everything.
Yeah, this is the first time in our tumultuous history that we're opening the biggies up to everything. Literally. So it's basically, if you're new to us, the biggies are like the alternative, definitive awards for things that are shunned or things that just we wanna like praise. We don't do like a game of the year awards and things like that. We've just got the best game ever made and stuff like that. That is definitive. So get involved, listeners. Tell us the thing that you want to like showcase and give your own awards to. We give them crazy categories. It's going to be great, and it's a suited and booted event, ties, things like that, black tie event, cocktails, everything like that. It's going to be spectacular. Of all the ones to watch on YouTube, that's probably going to be one you want to watch because we scrub up nice. We really do. But yeah, for the patrons, we'll meet you in the green room. There's loads of crisps on the floor. Sorry about that. But for everyone else, we'll see you next time for the biggies. Good night.
Bye.